Here we go. Here we go. Let's start the show. Here we go. Here we go. Let's start the show. Let me drop that link so Dr. Enqi could bring his little monkey ass up in here. And bang. Pause. Pause, y'all. Pause. Big pause. 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 Dr. Enqi, where are you? Let me drop the link. You got to be careful, Dr. Enqi, calling people out, man. Mr. Sekou, what up, man?
I'll be right back, man.
Yeah.
1 sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm waiting on the doctor to come through. Man, listen, man. Okay, Dr. Enqi is getting too big-headed, y'all, I think. Pause. He's getting too big-headed. Pause once again. Damn, man. I see a little clip of Cuzzo. He called me. Let me make sure he all right. 10 toes down. Make sure 10 toes is good. He called me, but I couldn't answer.
Yo, what's wrong with you, man?
Yo, hold on. You live right now. I don't want you to say nothing crazy. Now, what do you mean? What's wrong with me, bro? What you talking about?
He gotta control it. But I mean, like, you didn't call your cousin in a while. Like, what's going on, bro? What's wrong with you?
I've been tuning in. I've been watching you going in. I've been watching you going crazy. That was a good stream you did on
the live of Tuesday.
That was a good stream you did on Homeboy talking about his chain. He was talking about how much his chain was worth. I was like, yeah, you killed that shit. You went in, you did your homework on that. That was a good stream.
Yeah, he wilding out, man.
Yeah, I've been tuning in.
Out, man.
I be watching you, bro.
Yeah.
Don't think I don't be tuning in, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so
listen,
happening?
This is the deal, Sha. This is the deal. You know my bro, OG Blue. And you see Man Do Warrior and Bad Vibes, the two brothers I be having with me now?
Yep.
So we got to get up on your joint because brothers is doing some positive shit. And you know, you're the conscious community. So I want them to be aware of these brothers and for their voices could be heard.
Okay. What they talking about?
They talking about everything. He the one that went in on Jim Jones. You remember, you don't know the brother that's going on Jim Jones?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That brother, the one that's been going in on him about, community and all that. Then Jim Jones told him the SMD and all that dumb shit. But he out here. He doing his thing. Oh, they got this motherfucker Math Hoffa right here, too.
Oh, you see Math Hoffa?
Hold on. Stay on. He on the phone. He calling me now.
Oh, man, you were supposed to hit me off with Math Hoffa.
I know. He coming. I'm going to bring him in. Hold on. Yo, Math, I got sa.neter and OG Blue on the line with me right now. I just chimed you in because I was on the phone with them already.
Hey, yo, Math, you hear me, Math?
Peace, what up?
Peace, you don't remember sa.neter, bro?
I remember sa.neter. I don't remember.
I did an interview. I did an interview with you on 125th Street, across the street from the Apollo, where I had the lynchings up. And I interviewed you.
Day I played Lux. I played Lux in chess or something that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. That's all I wanted to say. I've been trying to get touched down with you, man. You know.
What's good? What's good? What we talking about?
Man, everything good. I want to let you know that I'm live right now. I'm doing the show, so I'm gonna have to let y'all brothers go. I'm doing the show right now. And
All right, go ahead.
that's Cuzzo. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, son.
All right. So there you have it. There's the connection right there. I've been trying to get in touch with Math for a long time. He act like he don't remember me, but I had to remind him who I was. You know, everybody don't know who you are. And so I'm waiting on Dr. Enqi. Man, where the hell is Enqi at? Let me call Dr. Enq. Oh boy.
Yo.
I'm waiting on you to come in, brother. We all sitting here waiting on you.
Oh, I thought the other video. All right, I'm coming.
Man, you bull crapping, man.
I'm coming.
Ring Kings with Nepal Shada. Ring Kings with Nepal Shada. Why you on that channel? Come in on the Rise. Do the Rise channel, Nepal. Hey, what's going on, man? Before Enqi come in, what's happening, Apostle? You said that you're gonna go in on Sekou?
I got something special for him, man. Very special.
Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You know you are definitely out of your league, Apostle,
Man.
when it comes to Sekou. Why do you think Captain Tazariak is ducking and running?
Cap ain't ducking him.
Yes, he is.
Cap,
And everybody know it. Everybody know he is, bro.
He don't see no purpose in it.
Yeah, of course he don't see it. Of course he don't.
No,
You mean to tell me the thousands of eyes that's watching, they all see a purpose, but he's only one that don't see a purpose in it?
I see you promoting something.
No, let me tell you what it is. He cannot risk it all to be beaten by a Hamite, what they call Hamites.
He's not.
He don't want to be beaten by what they call Hamites. And he proved that there's no such thing as Hamites in Africa. He proved that.
He didn't prove that.
Yes, he did. There's no names like the names that y'all got all in the Bible. He's saying, where is this? Where is these places that y'all calling these names at?
A lot of these names are modernized. There's no Phoenicians today, but the descendants of the Phoenicians are here. The Hittites. You know who the Hittites are? Modern day Germany.
Apostle, you can't find Hamite outside of the Bible. Nowhere.
Right.
Hitler was he was a Hittite.
Show me where they called them Hamites outside of the Bible.
Yeah.
He even stated.
All right, Pastor. You asked me, you said you can't find what? The Germans? What was their name?
Germans.
Yeah, but in the Bible, what were they?
Germans are biracials.
No, what was their name in the Bible?
Hittite.
Show me where Hittites are Germans today.
What I'm gonna do is show you Hitler saying that he's a Hittite. He's a descendant of
No, that's not what I'm asking you. Show me where Germans are Hittites according to your documents. Show me that.
I don't have
in antiquity.
Other than the fact that Hitler himself, back in the 40s, out of his own mouth, said he was a descendant.
All right, can you show me any Hamites outside of the Bible? That Hamites means Africans outside of the Bible.
Sure, I mean outside of the Bible.
Yeah, documented fact, documented.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Possibly. I haven't. The same thing that written by Edgar Shaw.
All right, hey, hold on. I got the teacher here right now. I'm gonna have to put y'all in the back, and then I'm gonna let Dr. Enqi go in, and then when we open up the platform, I'll bring y'all back in. But just tune in to see what Dr. Enqi got. And yo, Enqi, I wanted to say this to you. I forgot to ask you. You need to do a show on masonry, bro. I'm looking at your shirt. We got to do that, man. We got to do a show on masonry. That sweater's fire too. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it, bro. Yeah, that joint is hot.
Appreciate it.
But we got to do something on masonry. What do you think?
I'm down.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna pass you the mic and let's get it in. Let's talk.
All right. Peace
I'm
to
gonna say what I said before. I think you getting too big-headed, pause. because you done whipped up on Unc, and so now you really going beyond measures, thinking that you could take down the Floyd Mayweather of the HOK. If you do that, Enqi, you got a hell of a chance though, because of the title. And so because of the title, you're gonna have the Hebrew Israelites rolling with you. They got you. They on your back. They not gonna go with Jabari. You see? So because of the title, you're gonna have the Israelites rolling with you again.
Well, let me just say this. I did not come up with the title. Jabari
did
with the title. I mean, we wrestled around. Pause. We wrestled back and forth with the title to make it amenable to both of us. But I would have preferred something more in the it's like in a more of a scientific debate. But yeah, I think that Jabari is in over his head. I think that Jabari has, I think Jabari's debate legacy and the HOK has ran its course. I think Jabari is outdated. I think that the information that Jabari has is stale. I think that Jabari has used beguiling the people in lieu of actually having information. And I don't think he'll be able to do that in this conversation. I think in this conversation coming up, it will be exposed that Jabari is no match for Enqi, but more important than that, bigger than me and Jabari, I think what will be exposed is that, the credentials that Jabari waves around is not as important as people think. I think that people, Jabari included, but I think
you going all the way in like this, man?
I mean, this is just reality. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people use credentials to qualify or disqualify people or to intimidate people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I've got what's that thing he keeps saying he got? I got an MDiv. So I clearly know more than you about this topic, Enqi. I got an MDiv.
Hey, the debate is November the 28th. Am I correct?
Day after Thanksgiving.
And that's the 28th.
I haven't looked at the calendar. I just know it's
I'm glad Apostle brought it to my attention that I had the wrong date on the flyer. So I'm glad he did that. Okay. I had the wrong date on the flyer. Nepal, if you're listening, I'm gonna send you the new flyer. And it's the 28th, November the 28th. All right, go ahead, Dr. Enqi.
I just know that it's Black Friday and it's great. It's great for a whooping like that to take place on Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we can all get around and have a good time and just, celebrate together. We can learn together. We can laugh together. And more importantly than that, we can cry together. We can cry together. Jabari will have his head down in shame. I'll try to help him raise his head up. If he wants to rematch somewhere around January, February, that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's a wrap for Jabari. Jabari is going out.
All right, I want to give you a little something.
Okay, go ahead.
Jabari is good for using your own source against you. So, I got to let you know, be careful. Don't underestimate him. He will use your source against you, brother. So if you come in with sources, you better come correct. That's all I'm telling you. Okay. Read your sources.
He's good at using people's sources against them.
Yeah.
So you know what that tells me when you say that? That tells me that Jabari is used to being the smartest person in the room and that he's lazy. And so he comes with no sources of his own and he's used to scrambling at the last moment.
That's not what I said, brother.
I'm just telling you what I got from what you said.
Okay.
He's used to scrambling at the last moment and using the other person's information against them.
Yeah, that's the best way to kill somebody. That's the best way. What are you talking about?
Well, we'll see.
The source you put up, and then he go and kill you. They say a man dies at his own source. That's why he's the Floyd Mayweather, bro.
No. I think he's the Floyd Mayweather. I think he's the Money Mayweather, if anything. Him and Tazariak. They in the Money Mayweather phase. They in the phase. See, when Floyd was young and hungry, he wasn't Money Mayweather yet. That was the dangerous Floyd. When he got to be Money Mayweather, that's when he started picking and choosing his opponents very carefully. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that he can get a win before stepping in the ring. So, yeah, I think that if anything, he's closer to being in that space than being dangerous. But I want to use Sekou. I want to use Sekou as a way to get deeper into the conversation, because Sekou said something super ridiculous. And I feel like the conversation I'm going to have, the debate I'm going to have with Jabari is important for this reason. I feel like Sekou has allowed Enqi to make him dumber. Like he lost some intelligence somehow. Like I just can't even explain it. But I was watching the video earlier, and so I gotta find this clip on here where he says this foolishness, and I want to get into the conversation from there, like use that as a starting point for the conversation, because I think that people seriously have a problem with spirituality. People have a problem with spirituality, and that's one of the things that I have to question some of the folks about. We have to have a discussion about it. Obviously Sekou seriously needs some correction about this. And, it's rampant. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you can hit the share screen, so I can look for this clip. Yeah, it's somewhere in this video.
Yes! Sekou! Yes! Sekou in the building! Yes! Sekou!
Yeah.
So you're really from an American colony?
Yeah.
He is our brother. It doesn't matter.
You are really American.
He can be
more so than African.
Well, that's why I have a weird accent. We learn our English from African Americans, not white folks.
Okay. So, but you are not like Kunta Kinte, real Mandinka.
Well, I am.
Just for the record, Apostle, that sounded crazy right there, asking him if he was really Mandinka.
That's my ethnic. My dad is Mandinka. My mom is Mandinka. But the issue is, we mix on the continent. People don't understand. We intermarry.
Sekou, is there any stuff?
That's the only way we can rebuild.
The African Americans settlers intermarry. The ethnic group.
Mike, you will be
Please, Apostle.
Let's not mess.
I'm not
This is
classified
Sunday
as,
camp in Detroit.
as an American just about, except for he was born in Africa. I was making him at home. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was
Thank
making
you,
him
Elder
feel at home.
Hey,
We love you, man, Apostle. We love you. Except for your
That's
Bible
good.
thing, we just love you, man.
I mean,
We love you.
my Bible ain't done nothing to you.
it's all right. Let Apostle try to drill him. It's all right. All right. Okay.
Good.
Let Apostle try to drill him, son. Yo, y'all was over there bugging. Y'all was just saying anything.
Let Apostle try to drill him. Let him do it.
I'm telling you now, Sekou,
Why you hate my Bible?
Have a little bit. Let him.
Okay. Apostle,
Yes, sir.
you know about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing that was done?
Yeah.
By Should we blame Albert Einstein for inventing that bomb?
I don't think Albert Einstein invented it.
Can you put Chief Amun on the big screen? There you go. Go ahead, family.
I just want to say I really enjoy.
I'm coming. If you invent a car today, or why do you think crash, and then they find out that their safety was not properly done in science? There is science in that there is no African science. Yeah, I'm talking with Apostle today. Can I speak on science and spirituality?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying that there is no African science. There is science, which is a way of knowing how natural things work. And every society and civilization have contributed to science at some point. They've added their own knowledge, they've added their own, and some civilization pick it up and they add, and some people lost it. It's been happening century from civilization to civilization. Europe lost science at a certain time. They call it the Dark Ages. They lost it, and who brought it to them? The Moors and other people were reading the manuscript that they abandoned from the Greeks and the Romans. Those Moors started reading them, the Muslims, and they became scientific. At some point, the Muslims stopped following scientific principle and they lost it. Europeans picked it up again. So what I'm telling you is that there is no such thing as African science. The confusion here is this. We know that our ancestors practiced spirituality, a very deep one, and by the same time, they made some progress in science. And that we shouldn't confuse that to mean that there is certain type of hidden science that they had that had a spiritual component to it that made it to be supernatural. We have to be careful with that, because that's when then you start going into pseudoscience. I believe in spirituality, but spirituality is about finding meaning into life. It deals with wisdom.
See that right there, and this that right. He said a few things that was foolish in this video, but that right there shows a huge misconception. And I'm trying to pick and choose my words, because I thought that Sekou was more sharp than this. I thought Sekou was more well read than this.
Well, what did he say wrong?
He said that spiritual. Let's play it back again.
And that's why, because that's when they need to be supernatural. We have to be careful with that, because that's when then you start going into pseudoscience. I believe in spirituality, but spirituality is about finding meaning into life. It deals with wisdom, and that's why it uses allegory, it uses mythology to explain deeper meaning using wisdom. But when it comes to practical things, how nature works, you need science to do that. If we can distinguish the two, we can live very well. It's not confusing. The pyramids, there was no magic or spiritual science used to build the pyramid. They were just scientifically advanced. They had the knowledge to do it, and they did it. Once we know, the Chinese just took over European.
So he says that spirituality, I'll take him down for a second. He says that spirituality is about finding meaning. That's the education is about finding meaning. Philosophy is about finding meaning. Spirituality is not about finding meaning. That's the whole purpose of me having that conversation the other day with Apostle, so that way we don't make mistakes like that. We can actually look these words up and see what the words mean. We don't have to put another word in. And after he says that spirituality is about finding meaning, it's about wisdom, then he goes on to say that that's the reason why our ancestors used allegory, which is another blunder. You know what I'm saying? And as he's speaking, right, he's speaking as the African guy, right? He's speaking as our brother, as a person from the panel, as a person from the community, but he's speaking as the African guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of, you know.
I still don't get what you're saying, bro. I don't get what you're saying, man.
I got you. I got you.
I don't think he said anything wrong there.
That's the problem. That's why it needs correction. That's why it needs correction, because people will listen to that and believe that he's correct.
So what did he say wrong?
I got you, sir. What I'm telling you, because spirituality, I'm gonna just pull up the word and we're gonna look at the definition of the word spirituality. So it's not me making an interpretation versus him making an interpretation. We're going to look up the word spirituality and see what the word spirituality means. So that way we don't have to deal with an opinionated type of, you know. But what I want to say is also the secondary thing that he said to back up the first thing. So the first thing he says, which is incorrect, is the spirituality is about finding meaning. The second thing he says to buttress or add a foundation to the first thing is that this is why our ancestors used the purpose of allegory. And that is absolutely incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. The reason why they used allegory and stories was to encode complicated science and to be able to use stories to teach complex ideas to children, to people who hadn't yet attained a certain level of understanding, and to use those stories as mnemonic devices, an easy way to remember a set of complex ideas. It was not to just make up stories about gobbledygook and, you know, allow you to just grab like a philosophical meaning or like that. That's dumbing down our ancestors and their legacy to say something like that. And it shows that we're dealing with a case of uninformed people being taught by misinformed people. So we have the uninformed being led and taught by the misinformed. The uninformed being taught by the misinformed. And I think that I don't know who that brother is, Chief Amun, but I think that Sekou clearly missed the point of what Chief Amun's whole presentation was about. Because it kind of got off into some other stuff about remote viewing and all that. And I think what the brother Chief Amun was trying to communicate was that initiation is still a very important rites of passage. And if you've never been in an organization that has those type of processes and, you know, you go through those type of learnings, you there's a lot you'll miss, because, you know, the mystery schools and those things, they still exist. And there's a whole other side of the world that we just don't pay attention to and we overlook, largely because we're unexposed to it. And when we're unexposed, it allows us to be, you know, as I put it, you know, it allows us to slip into the uninformed being educated by the misinformed, like Sekou. So let me pull up. Let me go ahead and hit Google real quick so we can get a working definition for spirituality. Okay. That's why it's good to get to the etymology of words, because things can be confusing. Things can be confusing over time. All right. Here you go, Sai. Hit the share screen. Spirituality. The word spirituality comes from the Latin word spiritus, meaning breath or soul. The verb spiro, meaning to breathe. The root is also the origin of the word spiritual, which first appeared in English around the 14th century. The word's path to English includes Old French, spirituality, and late Latin, spiritualitas. The Latin root, the word ultimately derives from spiritus, which is breath, soul, spirit, spiral, to breathe. Okay, so nothing that Sekou said in terms of defining spirituality had anything to do with breathing. This is what spirituality means. This is what spirituality means. But the problem is that we have been misled about what spirituality means. And a lot of us are practicing forms of occult, and we don't even know that we're in the occult. We don't even know that we're practicing Madame Blavatsky and you know, concepts that Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society have brought to us over here in the States, and have merged into the Black community over the years. Like, there's a lot of things that we think is spirituality, but it's not, you know. So that's what we gotta address when it comes to spirituality. Like, we're getting lost in trying to have advanced concepts and demonstrate that we have advanced understanding, and we're missing the basics. Spirituality is about the breath. This is why in the Bible, right, we have God breathing the breath of life into man. This is why in Kemet we have the same depiction at all of the fertility walls. You have Khnum with man, the baby, on the potter's wheel, and they're holding the Ankh to the nose to symbolize the breath of life, the electric signature of life, bringing the baby to life. You know, like we have the breath of life in whatever our tradition that we choose to tap back into. You know, that's spirituality. It starts with the breath, you know, and it centers around the breath. Even when we go to Eastern traditions, and, you know, Eastern traditions being, you know, not this foolishness that's floating around on the internet with chakras and all that. Like the Eastern traditions in terms of, you know, being able to slow down the heart rate, being able to go into deep meditative states for long periods of time, you know, where folks are slowing down their breathing rate for days or even, you know, anyway, it's some crazy, some amazing things that, you know, folks have been doing if they focus on it. But my point is, it centers around the breath. And so if you're not talking about the breath, if you're not talking about your actual body and the relationship of controlling your body's physical processes to be able to control your mental processes, or the you know, some of the more overlooked facets of our mind, right, then you're not discussing spirituality. If you're saying that spirituality is about looking for meaning, then you're lost. People who are lost look for meaning. People who are looking for meaning need to pick up books. That's also a problem with having a community of scholars that does not read. You cannot be a scholar if you don't read and write. That's literally scholarship, right? So we have to get back to that, the basics. You know what I'm saying? The basics of spirituality, the breath, the basics of scholarship is to study, is to read, to write. You know, that's where the problem is coming in at. Go ahead, Elder Santan.
Peace, Brother Enqi, and peace to the panel. I just had a thought. I had some thoughts of what you're saying, and how would you say a monotheistic thought can register as just a thought of, you see, when you say spirituality, right? That's just the meaning to live. That's the only meaning that can come out of that. And
no.
If it's something different, tell me. So when you have spirituality, you have breath. Breath is the spirit, is to live, right? So I say that to say this because I got two things to say to you. I got you. Hold on, Sa.7. I said that I want to say that right there, and I want you to think on that for a while because I know you, Enqi, you're a thinker, a free thinker as well. And I just want to add this to you as well. When you come to when you in your debate with Jabari, and I'm, this is my ideal, and I'm not gonna vote your way if you're gonna use mythos in your thought process and in your debate, because if you use mythos, Jabari gonna beat you. Because I could go with, because I believe Jesus was just a regular real man who had a heartfelt love for humanity. I don't believe he walked no water and all that, but that's just my belief. So if you try to come with that mythology, with the mythos, then you're gonna have a problem with Jabari. I'll leave it there. And like I said, you make a point because you went relevantly. You went to the definition of spirit, and I learned that about 6 years ago from Shaka Amos about spirit and breath. But to have breath is just to live. So those two things I want you to think about. If you, I'll say it one more time. If you come at Jabari with mythos, you're gonna lose. Just on a factual basis, because we got so many believers that might not even count. You got a lot of them think he's gonna crack the clouds and all of these sort of things. But just as an individual, I think that Christ was just a regular man with a heartfelt desire to help and love people like Gandhi or anybody else. Somebody who really loved the people. It's a lot of mythos around it. So I'm waiting to see that if you try that mythos, you're gonna get it. So, in my opinion.
All right, let's go to the hater. What you got, Hater Jackson?
I do not hate you, my brother Enqi. You my brother.
Yes, you do.
We may disagree.
To the next part.
Wait. I do not hate you, brother. I may hate on your concepts and some of your arguments, if you want to call that. I'm adverse to them, but I'm not a hater. But I do want to say peace to everybody in the panel and peace to you, brother, even though you label me as your hater. But
I didn't. You labeled you as my hater. Now, listen, let me tell you something before you continue. I can still compliment you and say that you have on a nice hat and still realize that you a hater. Now, go ahead with whatever you're saying.
I'll accept that, brother. It's interesting with you, Enqi, because you're very well, you know how to craft a narrative and an argument. And
you see that? Wait, right there. Look at that. You see how I compliment the brother, say he got a nice hat, and then he fires right back with an insult. You see how this brother think he's slick? Go ahead. That's why I'm gonna get Jabari, because Jabari is good at talking nicely while insulting you at the same time. Go ahead. I'm gonna get Jabari for this.
Okay, you can translate an adverse opinion as an insult. I'm fine with that. But you gave the definition of spirituality, which was right on point. Can't nobody argue against the definition of spirituality. But what you fail to always give is context whenever you give your narratives. Society dictates the definition and how words are used, right? Most people who speak on spirituality in society today, you may call them brainwashed, but when they think of spirituality, mostly, I would say 99% of them will have meaning in the definition of when you ask them about their spirituality, right? So the definition what you showed is correct, but most people don't explain their spirituality as, oh yeah, it's a breath of life. Most people in society don't do that. Most people who know about spirituality, most people who are seeking spirituality don't talk in that regards. So when Sekou said what he said it in its proper context. He wasn't using it in the definition that you're trying to portray, right? And your argument is a fallacy to the proper context of the conversation.
There you go. That's my hater. Now there you go. Stop hiding. Just start acting like that right off the back from now on. Stop all this ducking around and shucking it. So you got.
Oh no, I'm being my true self. This is who I am with everyone I speak with.
I know. Listen, Sal, you got to go and find the old buck dancing video clip that you had. You had a little clip that you used to play when folks was buck dancing. You got to bring that buck dancing clip back for folks like SA7. Go ahead, brother Apostle.
Yeah, they apply for you too.
I think he called on Apostle, right? One thing I want to say to you about Jabari, pay attention to his sources. A lot of times, he's using his sources, but they're not exactly explaining what he's saying they are explaining. You understand what I'm saying?
I caught him doing that a few times already. He's he's not gonna get away with that. He's not gonna get away with that.
To his sources, because I caught him on one where he put up this guy who was a theologian, and he started off talking about the narrative around the reality of Christ, whether he existed or not. He started with that question. Jabari just read that part, but he went on and explained today he know Christ lived more by the evidence of what he has studied since than when he first started. Jabari didn't read that part about this individual who he used to denounce whether Christ was real or not. I can't remember the theologian's name, but yeah, he did that.
Yeah, Jabari.
All right, let me come in.
Hold on, man, let me finish.
Okay, I thought you was finished.
No. He will use your source against you by reframing your source.
That's a fact.
As if you're saying something different.
That is a
So
fact.
be careful about that.
Yeah, and he's smooth with his delivery.
He's smooth with his delivery.
He talks nicely. He SA7 trying to be like a young Jabari. He trying to practice that smooth, beguiling. Well, brother, I'm really your friend, even though you're
Right. All right. Let me come in real quick. Don't listen to what Apostle's telling you. Enqi, he's setting you up for failure. He's not going to use your source and reframe it. He's going to use your source for what it says. He's going to go exactly. Hold on, let me finish, brother. He's going to go exactly what the source say and show you that you're wrong. So you listen to Apostle if you want to. He ain't gonna reframe.
Let me tell you something. Jabari did that already. I busted him when we was having a conversation about Darwin, and he was saying I didn't have any sources. He pulled up two articles about Darwin that had nothing to do with what we were talking about in terms of pangenesis. He pulled up 2 sources on natural selection. So that's exactly what Apostle is talking about. Jabari will pull sources and allow the people to believe that he has sources that's on the topic, but the sources have nothing to do with the topic.
All right, you listen to Apostle if you want to, boy. Now, let me tell you this. Tomorrow, everybody, we got a sit down with Jabari and Dr. Enqi. Will be in the building to take shots and go in on each other. Y'all see how the Democrat and Dixiecrat do when they get in the ring and they have their debates and they going in. Well, that's what we got set up tomorrow for Dr. Enqi and Brother Jabari. What time is that, Enqi? That's at 6 or 7?
I believe he said 7.
Okay, that's at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Also, Monday, 2 o'clock. Monday at 2 o'clock, we got Ron Dalton. Y'all see Ron Dalton? He's the brother that came out with the documentary, Hebrews to Negroes.
Yeah, he was on before.
Harry Irvin and all that in trouble and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And we got him, and he's going at all the leaders of ISUPK. Now, I didn't make the flyer, but I think he's mistaken because I wouldn't have put Captain Tazoriak for ISUPK. He's not the leader.
Yes, he is, y'all.
No, he's not. It's General Yohana, Commanding General.
Nah.
He like Malcolm X. He like Malcolm X in the Nation of Islam.
Be quiet.
We can agree on
Commanding General Yohana.
Nah, you wrong.
I see what Asar is saying. He's the speaker. He's the more influential speaker.
Right.
So that's probably why Ron Dalton chose to put Captain up there. And then we got the leader, Daniel up there from ISUPK. And then we got then we got GOCC up there. So he will be going in on Israelite, and he's challenging all the leaders. And guess what, Apostle? He's also saying who and where are the real Canaanites. And he's saying, Apostle, that salvation is for everybody.
Yeah, I know.
He's a Hebrew. He's a Hebrew. And he's a Hebrew, Apostle. So,
I know that.
All right. So he's coming to crack your head.
Yeah.
All of y'all who think. All right. Right after that, it's going to be on the same day. Right after. That's why y'all should love to donate and support the channel. Because I'm in here all day. And right after that, we got Brother Jabari having a sit down with Tahuti for a possible sit down discussion, a possible debate.
Now, who suggested that?
Brother Tahuti did.
No. Who else suggested that? Talking to you on the phone.
You.
That should happen.
You.
That's right, I did.
Yeah.
That should happen.
Yes, that's going to go down, and they have to sit down first. And if they come up with a topic, we will have this debate on December the 24th, Christmas Eve. And I want to get another one because I need a double header for Christmas Eve. And that's going to be fire right there.
I got the topic, sir.
Now they got to have the topic. They got to both agree with it.
Are the Nataru's real?
No, but you already know that's going to be the thing tomorrow. So be in here tomorrow, Apostle.
No, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Come in here.
I can't wait for that.
Come in here.
Wait for that.
And you can ask the question. Now, after that, y'all, we already got the showdown. We got Dr. Enqi going up against Brother Jabari. This is for all the marbles. Do y'all think Enqi will be the HOK champion on the 29th? When this is all said and done and the smoke clears, will Enqi be standing? And if so, I will have to go out and get a whole new belt. And I will have to ship it to my man, Dr. Enqi. If the audience agree that Enqi beat him, I will have to send it to Dr. Enqi. So he's gonna have bragging rights. So he's gonna be showing his belt. He's gonna be doing all that.
Look, I'm gonna be putting it right next to this. This is where the belt gonna go. The belt gonna be right next to this.
if his chat got the capacity to be honest, Enqi will win.
It's gonna be next to you. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be right next to this.
No, you got to put it like this here. If these it's too many, it's more believers.
I need one of those.
Hold on, Asar. It's more.
You can't get one of these, Asar.
Listen, Enqi, it's more believers in the Abrahamic faith than it is in Kemet.
That's what I told. That's what I said to Enqi. I said that. That's why he might win in the debate. He might win on a chat.
Yeah, you got a chance, Enqi. But like I was telling Unc, even on facts, that don't mean you're gonna win. Unc still heard about us me saying.
Yeah, what have you done to Unc, Enqi? Damn, Unc is still hurting, man.
I'm still hurt from that.
Every time he get on the YouTube, he talks about Enqi.
Is that a real win too? If you don't win on facts, is that a real win?
Yeah, it's a win. A win is a win.
Listen,
I mean, you won off a presentation, but not off the truth.
Listen,
Asar,
you're dangerously close to getting the boot. Listen,
I do break up narratives. I do be busting up arguments.
Listen, this is what we need to deal with. Asar came up. Asar said before Apostle started talking. Asar said, society dictates the meanings of words. Right? That right there is the problem, because we're becoming a society where we don't read and study anymore. We're not a literate people. We're not a numerate people. We don't know how to read and write and count anymore. We're losing touch with the basics. So I had to explain to somebody that a computer was not an electronic device. A computer was originally a person. A computer was originally a person. The very first computer was a person, and it was a female-dominated industry. That was a whole bunch of jobs that got taken over.
You could, sorry for cutting you off, but you could say a personality. But a computer is a mechanical machine, Enqi. All right.
Okay. Hold on.
You know, you on track, right? However, it is what it is.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hit the share screen real quick, Si. While Elder Suntan talking, let me just, you know how we do. Hit the share screen.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know,
he's going to show you how wrong you are, Suntan.
I understand that, but I'm not, because you know it. I know a computer is a machine. It's taking on a human personality. It has to be programmed. A computer would know nothing what this subject matter we talking about unless we fed it into them. It just don't have a mind to jump in the conversation and, you know, elaborate. A computer
doesn't have a mind of its own.
Everything that's dealing with computers and stuff like that in the world, all of that's the modern basis of it is human beings anyway.
Right. It's from human beings.
And it's framed from us, and we look at ourselves, and then we pull out the best of ourselves and the worst.
It's the human concept which is placed into a machine to be sorted out and to be, you know, put out the information that it collects. It can't collect information out of itself because it's not human. So
facts.
When you say that, then I have a problem with that, because it is what it is. I could take some water and pour it into it and drown it, and it won't know it'll die. So
AI can only give the information that's put into it.
Right.
It's not self-learning.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so when he make that statement, you know, it kind of makes me go and think the other way, because, you know, I rock with Enqi because Enqi a deep thinker, right? And when Unc was saying his presentation was crazy and this and that, but his presentation was based on facts. I mean, you know, the facts that's written out of a book that's, you know, conformed to be a fact. He wasn't making it up. Hold on. So if you're not making it up, how can it be?
Okay, now look. This is what I'm saying. Listen.
I missed that, Asaf.
No, listen. This is where we have a problem with, again, people not like reading, writing, studying. Like, we have to get back to the point where we use words according to their definitions, right? That's why words have definitions. It's not for us to necessarily freestyle and turn the words into something else. And once we lose track of these definitions, we lose track of reality and our ability to stand on our 10, stand on our square, 10 toes down, so to speak. So,
but isn't that human nature? Isn't that human nature, Enqi? For humans to take words and reframe them in different definitions?
Seven Asar, are you trying to stay on the platform or are you trying to go down to the goulash?
I'll respect the platform, but please let me speak after you, sir.
I'll give you a shot in a second. We gotta get some decorum going on.
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
All right. So the first human computers were individuals, often women, who performed mathematical calculations by hand in halls or offices that could be divided to handle complex problems. The practice began with teams of people calculating complex astronomical tables, such as those for Halley's Comet in the mid-1700s, and continued through projects like the Manhattan Project during World War II and the early years of NASA, which eventually trained these human computers to become the first machine programmers. Now, reading through this, we then opened up some other conversations that was already thrown on the table, because we have this conversation earlier from Apostle and Sekou about the Manhattan Project that got thrown out there onto the table. But and then we also have this NASA conversation with with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Now that's a discussion that we need to have, because the Jet Propulsion Laboratory has drastically influenced today's definition and understanding of spirituality, and most people don't really understand that connection, right? So we have to have this conversation here, because this is where Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society and those organizations seeped into mainstream America without people even noticing. Anyway, if we go over here to the Wikipedia page of computer, right, just to give you another easy to find reference point, when you read up on a computer, right here at the beginning, it says what you guys are saying, right? See, this is that surface level understanding. It says the computer is a machine, blah, 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 right? When you scroll down and you start to get deeper into what they're saying, right here, etymology. Etymology is a great place to figure out what meanings of words are. It says it was not until the mid-20th century that the word acquired its modern definition. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, and see, Oxford is used as a primary source when you're discussing literary concepts for definitions and meanings, which is the reason why I used the Oxford Hand Guide in the debate with Enqi, because Oxford is used amongst the scholarly elite as the number one resource when it's time to define things. So when we needed to define a causal pattern versus a scientific mechanism, I just went right to the main source of all sources, Oxford. Anyway, the first known use of the word computer was in a different sense. In a 1613 book called The Young Man's Gleanings by the English writer Richard Braithwaite, I halt read the truest computer of times and the best arithmetician that ever breathed, and he reduced thy days into a short number. This usage of the term referred to a human computer, a person who carried out calculations or computations. So again, computers were originally people. They were originally people that had the job of doing the math. But what I'm saying is, we have gotten so used to, right? This is what happened over time. See, we start to lean on the computers to do our math for us, right? When I was young, I'm two years and some change away from 50. When I was young, though, my father used to threaten to whoop me if I used a calculator for my homework. By the time my oldest children were in school, calculators were a part of their homework. They were no longer seen as cheating. They were now seen as a part of the assignment. You can use these calculators with your homework. So there's a transition that goes on where people are getting systematically dumbed down, and you can say that's by a nefarious conspiracy. You know, you can go down that road, or you can just say, you know, technology is making lazy people lazier, however you want to look at it. But the fact remains that people are leaning on technology more. And so the first thing that we see where technology is dumbing people down is where we have the calculators, and calculators have advanced to the point where they're built into other systems now. So nobody buys or sells calculators because your phone has it, or your laptop has it, or your tablet has that stuff built in. But people don't count anymore. If you go to a store, most times the person that you exchanging money with, they won't even know how to calculate you change from a 20 or 50 or 100 if the machine doesn't do it. So we're getting, and each area of thinking that we outsource to technology directly corresponds to an area of our brain. And when we stop doing certain things with our brain, that area of our brain begins to atrophy to an extent. Now, from the time of calculators taking over, people actually having to count, right? We've got to the point where technology has now replaced our memory. So now our ability to remember things is going, because we're using the computers to remember things instead of us remembering things with our minds. We're putting our whole schedule, our planner. We don't remember birthdays and anniversaries. And it started off with phone numbers. We used to make jokes about that. Oh, man, I remember when I had to remember everybody's phone number. That should have been a red flag. But we've went to the point where now we don't even remember to take out the garbage unless it's, you know, we didn't get the alert for that. You know, I didn't get an alert for that. So I didn't, oh, man, you went live. I didn't get an alert. Like, everything is based on the computer informing us. So we went from letting the computer count for us to now we're letting the computer read for us, right? Then we went to a space where, right, we start letting the computers write for us. Right? We start letting the computer write for us. And what I mean by that is physically writing. Like, we went to text, speech to text. So we talk and the computer handles the actual typing part. So we don't have to type or write for us. We can speech to text, right? Now we done went from there to no longer reading. So now people don't want to read books anymore. People want to know, yo, Enqi, you writing all these books, but you don't do audio books. When you going to start doing the audio books so that way I could get into the books? I'm like, well, I'm not really a fan of audio books. I'm a part of what I'm doing is trying to get people to start reading again, because reading works on your mind on multiple levels. There's multiple levels, multiple things that you benefit from reading a book. We have to get back into reading. And if you're not reading as a parent, your children won't read because they don't have a pretext for that. When your children see that you read, they'll read. My daughter sees me writing books, so they pretend to write imaginary books. They're already writing books, you know what I'm saying? And they have credits as co-authors because they help me write books. But I'm saying our children will do what they see us doing, right? So now we don't count. We let the machines count for us. We don't remember. We let the machines remember for us. We don't write. We let the machines write for us. We don't read. Even as adults, we want to be read to. We want the machine to read to us, right? So now we're getting to the point where we don't even think anymore. We want AI to now take over that part. We want AI to do the thinking. So if someone asks us a question, instead of us wrestling with the question on our own and trying to figure it out, we'll immediately go into ChatGPT with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fan of technology. I'm a fan of Apple stuff. I'm a fan of AI. I'm a fan of these things, but I'm a fan from the standpoint of these are tools to be used, not to be not for us to outsource the thing that makes us human. And at the same time as we're outsourcing the thing that makes us human, we're complaining that we're in fear that somehow AI may take over our jobs and this and that. AI can't take over anything. If anything, humans are acquiescing because we're giving up by not counting anymore, by not reading anymore, by not writing anymore, by not remembering anymore, and finally not thinking anymore. So when you combine those things, each of those things with the area, this is the important part too. When you combine each of those facets of society that we're outsourcing, we're also outsourcing the mental brain development, right? Because the mind is reflected in certain areas of the brain. So the same way we hit the gym and we work out our body, we have to work out our brain. And when we don't do that, it atrophies. It atrophies. We absolutely have areas of our brain that aren't developed. Some of us never had a fully developed brain and nervous system because our brain wasn't fully developed as children. Because a lot of us were, we might have came out of households where we was raised in front of the TV or down at the babysitter or something, who knows the situation, but we didn't get that full development where our mind was stimulated up until we was 5, 6, 7 years old. And we was just pushed out into society. So you have people who may have stunted growth, now becoming adults who are outsourcing the very thing that makes them human. And then when you combine that with a high sugar intake, and high sugar intake atrophies the brain as well, causes the brain to shrink and increases the speed and the rate at which Alzheimer's and dementia, some of those things come into play. We in trouble. So Asar 7, we have to get back to actually being a literate people. We have to get back to being a literate people. We have to get back to study. We have to get back to reading. We have to get back to, reading lives matter. We have to get back to that, because otherwise we won't be able to even do history, right? We won't be able to even do the math, pun intended, on where we came from to have a compass to know where we're going, right? This is why we can't even look around in our society and see the influence of Madame Blavatsky or a Pascal Beverly Randolph, right? Or understand how the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and Aleister Crowley, these are the people that are primarily the foundation of American spirituality. Aleister Crowley, Pascal Beverly Randolph, and Madame Blavatsky. And nobody wants to deal with that. And the reason why is because, again, we have been misdirected into believing that spirituality is something that it's not. Otherwise, it can't be adulterated. It's the same thing with food. We have to believe that food is something that is not, in order for us to sit and eat synthetic processed chemicals and dyes and all kinds of foolishness. We have to be miseducated in order to create the patterns based on the faulty foundation or the synthetic way of living. So that's what we gotta deal with in the mix of these conversations, in the greater conversation. So me and Jabari is going to have this conversation, but as we walk through this conversation, it's going to be some other subjects that we have to tackle, because, again, looking for wisdom, searching for wisdom, that's education. That's education. We're supposed to be using education for what Sekou said is spirituality, the looking for meaning in life. that comes from education. That's that. Go ahead.
You have to put a narrative on the word spirituality, because if you just leave it at what you said a meaning, then it would just be breath.
No,
okay?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why, and I'll give you a basic explanation of it, why it won't just be there. Because when you talk about breath, right? you have to talk about the entire respiratory system.
No.
So
I'm
now,
saying when you add a spirituality,
hold on, wait, hold on,
religion or something to it.
Wait, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. It's not just breathing, right? So when we say,
but that's what the definitions say, Enqi. Now you adding to it, bro.
Okay, just hold on, Elder.
All right, I'm gonna let you go because I like where you're going. You know, you didn't answer the question. Go ahead.
So here's what I'm saying. Breathing is not like just breathing. That's something that we also have in the modern era. Like we look at water as just water. You know what I'm saying? When people ask me how I'm doing, I always answer them. You know, I always answer them, and in my response is always fresh air and clean water. In my response, because those are the most important things that we overlook every day in our lives. Oh, that's just water. That's just air. Our ancestors never did that. And we look at these amazing historical societies and try to patch ourselves back into them. And we do everything except the basics, right? And we overestimate and put a higher emphasis on the things that are that are surface level or not that important, and the things that they emphasize we don't emphasize. So with the breath, right, in order to understand the breath, right, you have to then go into a biochemical conversation. You have to go into a physical body conversation. You have to talk about the actual mechanism of breathing, right? So in order to understand breathing, now you move into the blood. Now you move into metabolism. Now you move into mitochondria, right? And so that's kind of like the surface level to understanding breathing. Then from there, you go into the organs and how the lungs and the heart interact, right? And then from there, you go into a space where at one period of time, it was the main focus of martial arts, but then the MMA and the UFC fighting for the prize fighting ruined martial arts because they took the martial arts focus from longevity of life to being able to knock somebody out, right? Because at one point, martial arts is about cultivating the spirit. So everything focused on breathing patterns and some other things, and now they turned it into something else, was about a knockout. But self-defense was secondary. Even when you go back to the history, which goes back to a man, a North African or Indian named Damo, who educated the priest, it was about a secondary thing. The self-defense part was secondary to the knowledge of cultivating the spirit in life and longevity. Anyway, so my point is, you get to the next level of understanding the breath in terms of how the breath is able to control your emotions, right? Because we have a part of our body that a large part of our body that functions without us. We don't have to. We don't have to. Hold on. Just listen. We don't have to consciously plan our next breath or our next heartbeat. Our body does that for us, right? But we can take control of those things by taking control of our breathing patterns, right? We have the medulla oblongata, which is the oblong square, right? The oblong square, for the people who, oblong square in the brain, right? And inside that oblong square, we have another center called the Botzinger complex, which controls rhythmic breathing patterns. So there are aspects of the emotions and the mind that are regulated through the breath, right? So now you have multiple things, multiple disciplinary, multiple sciences that you can learn from the breath. Now, if we leave the human body, we leave the human mind, and we go outside the human body, because there's another portion of the breath that has to do with nature, has to do with the atmosphere, has to do with our connection to the world around us, because us breathing is a part of a system. We don't do that on our own. So we take in oxygen, and through respiration, through inspiration, we breathe out carbon dioxide. The plants then take in carbon dioxide, and that's where photosynthesis comes from. And we power photosynthesis, which is how the plants make our natural food in conjunction with the sun. So now our breath goes from regulating our biochemistry to regulating our emotions to regulating our thought patterns and our mental health to connecting us to the plants, the environment, and then all the way out to our local home star, which is the sun. So there's no such a thing as just the breath. The breath is the thing that connects all life on this planet.
Enqi, let me just say this to you, because that was a beautiful presentation. I'm going to say it real quick because Asar 7 is next. So in other words, you're trying to say, and I'm not putting no words in your mouth, that spirituality and the way it's been used for centuries has nothing to do with monotheism, because that's the narrative of spirituality coming from this panel and coming from anybody that is a theologian. Your spirituality is through monotheism, it's through a deity. What you think is what you are. So thoughts is, let me finish, Enqi. One more thing. Thoughts is you took a scientific method, right? And you taught just now for a good 5 or 10 minutes, and you taught me some stuff, right? Because it makes sense. I'm attaching it now. However, when we get to spirituality, and today in 2025, spirituality has a narrative to it, right? And the narrative is a spiritual narrative. I would say it's a religious narrative, right? You can call it what you like, but it's a personal thought of your existence and salvation, which that's within you. So I'm gonna leave that alone, and I just had to show you this. Look at the screen. Enqi. You see it?
Hold on, let me try to zoom it up. Oh yeah, the old school calculators. Yeah.
This is the new school calculator.
Oh, excuse me. I stand corrected.
Yes. This is the new school. So I'm just letting you know we still buying them. You know,
I don't know why. You better stop doing that.
I took a college class, and I needed this right here is for terms and for trigonometry, and for the teacher explained that it moves you along quicker than doing it on paper. Okay, because
that's true. That's a fact.
So,
but I'm just saying, you probably could have did that on your cell phone and saved you a few dollars.
No. This is a high tech. This is the TI 30X.
Well, what kind of cell phone you got? Hold on. What kind of cell phone you got? The cell phones is high tech. What's going on with you?
Look at that.
Listen,
this one right here, you can't.
All my elders, listen. I hear you, Suntan, but all my elders with love. I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, with love. Connect with some younger folks when you go in to buy your electronics. That's all I'm gonna say. Connect with.
Well, I got this from a professor. You got to have this to enter into the class and.
Okay. That's a part of the school requirement.
Yeah, it's a part of the curriculum. Okay. All right, so
can I add on to the bill?
It ain't no gotcha moment. Go ahead.
Well, listen, Seven Asar, are you gonna add on to the build, or you coming in here with your? Go ahead with your.
No, I'm gonna add, because I do agree with a lot of what you said.
Wait, you know what? Hold on, Seven Asar. Let me cut you off 1 second. Let me just add this to Suntan, and then you go from a clean slate. In response to what Suntan said, when you say that today spirituality is based on monotheism, right? This is the reason why I had that conversation I had with Apostle, right? Because we walked through the Bible, and walking through the Bible, we literally went through the foundation of today's monotheism. Today's monotheism springs from the Bible. Whether you're going into the Quran or, Judaism, it springs from the Bible.
Absolutely.
And the fountain of that is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. God breathing the breath of life into man, and man became a living soul. That's literally the foundation of the Bible, right? You go from the creation in the first chapter, and then it's like you get a zoom in to this moment between God and man, where God is elevating man, and you get kind of more of an understanding or some more information to help you understand the difference between man and the other animals that were created, all the other life forms that were created throughout creation. But the breath absolutely plays that key role. And for me, it's always been like a no-brainer, because a lot of what goes on in the online debate community is the Bible folks versus the Kemetic folks.
Okay.
But the thing is, in Kemet, we have on the walls the exact same thing. We have Khnum with man on the potter's wheel, and we have the Kemenu, the Ogdod, giving the breath of life to the baby. Those are at fertility wall. For the people that don't know what that is, because a lot of us just doing Google stuff, but those wall scenes are at the fertility temples. So when women are doing their pregnancy thing and they tapping in for blessings from the goddesses and all that, these are the things that they're looking at. These are the things that they're seeing. So these depictions are on those walls and those places. So you see Khnum there with the young baby, looks like a young adult, and they're given the breath of life through the nostrils, and the breath and the nostrils. The nostrils was known as the home of the gods in Kemet, because the breath was always seen as a holy thing. So I'm just saying, there's no real beef there. It's just something that's overlooked. And I'm telling you, the reason why it's overlooked is because our spirituality has been hijacked by Aleister Crowley, Madame Blavatsky, Pascal Beverly Randolph, and these names. And if you're watching this video and you don't know who Pascal Beverly Randolph is, oh wow, that's crazy. I was talking to the people in the audience because I'm looking at some of the comments.
Like I say, I'm teachable. I'm willing to learn. I don't know it all.
It's impossible for you to know what modern day spirituality is if you don't know who Pascal Beverly Randolph is. If you don't know who Pascal Beverly Randolph is, listen. You can't understand the modern identification through pop culture of Black people with gay people. Because that pops up in discussions. Like, how come they always got to mix Black folks with gays and blah, 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 blah. Pascal Beverly Randolph. If you don't understand Aleister Crowley and his connection to NASA through the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, you don't understand what's going on in pop culture. When you see all these people talking about aliens now, all of a sudden, all of that alien conversation was invented by Aleister Crowley. The little green men and all that came from Aleister Crowley. So most of what we see in pop culture is indoctrination of occultist spiritual systems, and it's been overlaid onto our ancestors' information. So that way we would believe that these things are all part and parcel of one system, and it's not. This is why the symbol of beauty in Kemet is Nefer. Nefer, as the symbol of beauty, tells you everything you need to know about the society of Kemet. The thing that they held the most beautiful, the combination of the heart and the windpipe. The heart and the windpipe, anatomy, the place where God enters in through the human frame, right? And so I'll let you go there. I'll land my plane right there. Go ahead, 7SR.
But yeah, to add on to what you're saying, I agree with you that there is a plan to misinform, propagandize, and brainwash the society by not telling them the truths of definitions and history and all of that. And I would say that all of those people, I would not argue against you contributing to that propaganda. But I would say what they weaponized was Abrahamic religions. We have to admit that Western and even Eastern civilization, they weaponized the Abrahamic religions to program the people, to propagandize the people, to kill, destroy, and maim the people, right? So like Elder Santan was saying, when you talk about when they do redefine, I think there's two conversations being conflated. I will have to say that, because when we originally was talking about Sekou and his definition of spirituality, he's speaking on it more from a sense. See, one thing that we can that is the absolute fact is, in history, we create definitions for words. One person might do it, another person might do it, but we as society, we will redefine those words, right? We have even in ancient Kemet and ancient Kush, you could have a word for bird, but then that bird could be a metaphor for another word or for another figure, and it's a symbol or it's a bird, but it has a different meaning or connotation. Just like a bird, even in African American in our slang, a bird could be a kilo or a female or whatever. This is what we've always done. This is what human beings do, right? And we were the main influencers of creating different meanings for a word that may mean something else. But what I agree with you is people will misuse words because they don't understand the meaning of the word, right? And then try to give their own definition.
Right.
And I agree with you, my brother Enqi. That is true. I disagree that that's what brother Sekou was doing, right? But most of everything that you were saying was on point, and I agree with you. I agree with what you were saying.
Now, I appreciate you spending 99% of your time to tell me that you disagreed and 1% to tell me you actually agree with what I'm saying. So let me say this. The only way to stay grounded, right? Because I'm from the 70s, right? Well, really, I guess the 80s, you know what I'm saying? I was born in the 70s. But I'm from the South Bronx, right? So I'm from the place where rap was created, right? And exported to the rest of the world, right? And so what I'm saying is that, yes, there's a such thing as slang, right?
Right.
There's a such thing as slang, but slang comes from two places. Slang comes from being undereducated and developing broken language. And then slang also comes from being very, very educated and using words and being able to use words almost, bend words.
Sort of dummy it down.
Metaphorically. That's what you're speaking.
Well, no, not even metaphorically. Just being able to find nuanced meaning and use that and be better at describing things and using adjectives and so there's a space where being undereducated creates slang, and there's a place where being overeducated allows you to create slang, right? But that is totally different than what our ancestors did. And so that's why I'm saying what Sekou said was absolutely ass backwards and borderline disrespectful, because when you say things like what Sekou said, you totally wipe out the traditions of the griot. The griot was a title, and a way of teaching in story. A way of teaching in story through story. Teaching in story through story is about encoding science, complicated concepts into simpler forms for all the people so that they can grab a hold to it. And as they learn more, they can pull more out of the story, right? So it's about what we would call today mnemonic device. Mnemonic device is different than, say, just a plain metaphor or entendre. Metaphors and entendres can be used as mnemonic devices, but it doesn't encapsulate the whole sense or definition of mnemonic device. For the people that don't know what a mnemonic device is, a mnemonic device is something that you use that's simple to help you remember something very complicated, right? So we had stories as mnemonic devices. And so when we don't understand that concept, it's easy for us to look at what our ancestors were doing and say that's all mythology or that's all superstition. There's a very big difference between superstition and no longer having the keys to decode mnemonic device as story, right?
Well, when are you guys sitting down together? Because I would love to, because I heard what Sekou said, and I didn't read. I didn't get out. I can retain information pretty good. I didn't get out what you're saying, right? So I would love to see both of you guys talk about this issue to really see if that's what he really meant, or if he had a different, if he was trying to communicate a different understanding of how he framed that. I didn't see what you saw, right? But I appreciate you trying to break it down.
How about this?
Yo, the hate is crazy. Listen, let me tell you how the hate is crazy. Listen, because when you hate a person, like how Seven Asar hate me, right?
Nah, he don't hate
you. Apostle, Seven Asar abhors Dr. Enqi, right?
No.
So look, when you abhor somebody like that, right? Here's what'll happen to you. You get delusional. So when somebody is incorrect and the person you abhor is correct, what you have to then do is almost like you have to put yourself in a weird mental space and go, well, you know what? Maybe the other person meant a different thing than what he actually said, because, you know, maybe we can go back to the brother and see if he meant something other than what he said. No. He meant what he said. That's why he said it.
Enqi, I got to tell you this, man, and because I know I rock with you, right?
Yes, sir.
So the word spirituality has many nuances to it, and when it's coming from an individual, so it's not our proper position to take and put a judgment on the statement that he made, because his spirituality is what you don't know about. So listen now, spirituality, just like you just explained it, it's a lot of nuance to it.
Okay, listen, Elder Suntan, listen, let me ask you a question, right?
Go ahead.
Because there's room, right? I guess some of this we're gonna grab today, some of it's gonna go off our heads, some of it's later. But listen, so we have slang on one side, right? And slang is where we use words like we can bend the definition a little bit, and you know, then on the other side we may have metaphors, entendres, and then in another space we have complete narratives used as mnemonic devices, right? But those are all different things, right? But none of those includes being illiterate, because see, being literate, right, keeps you grounded. So what I'm saying,
but you know, slang words can become real words, though.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Hold on for a second. So what I'm saying is if you don't, prime example, a lot of us come up out of the neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, we use all different types of broken language, you know, and some of us use terms like code switching, because in the neighborhood, we might speak a certain way. But then when we get in class, you know, we in school, you know, we're doing our schoolwork, or we in college, we have a whole nother way that we articulate ourselves in those settings because of what's expected and how everybody else communicates in that space. And so we'll use a term like code switching because we understand in one place we don't want to speak over people and insult them. And then in another place, we don't want to speak under people and insult our own intelligence, right? So what I'm saying, though, is you can use slang, you can use broken language, you can use modified language and still actually know what words mean.
Absolutely.
So
that's fact.
So hold on. You gotta relax with your hat on, man. You know you gonna get you back in them other outfits. You don't know how to act with a decent little outfit on, man. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how to act with outfit on, man. Listen. So what I'm saying is, when we get back to the literate space, that's why I was saying now we letting the computers read to us and all that. So when we get back to the literate space, we can still use words for what they're used for. Now, what I'm saying also is, unless we get familiar, right, with Madame Blavatsky, unless we get familiar with Aleister Crowley, unless we get familiar with Pascal Beverly Randolph, we're not on the same footing in terms of having a conversation about what spirituality means. Because a lot of these definitions of other concepts, right, did not come from our community and are not beneficial to us. a lot of these concepts of spirituality, when we say, oh yeah, there's a lot of other different meanings of spirituality, that's where you get deviant sexual practices and rituals and all of this crazy stuff on the internet from. Is from these other groups that we don't really like. We have to learn about these things, because if we don't learn about these things, we don't know where some of these foreign concepts come from. And some of these foreign concepts are masquerading as native, indigenous, aboriginal concepts. Some of these foreign concepts are being passed off to us as if they come from our ancestors, and they don't. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Hold on. Everybody hold on. You know you got to turn on your camera when you come in. I need to see who you are. Second thing is, sa.neter is starting to, teach the Israelites without them giving me credit. And let me tell you what I mean.
Let me put my mic off. Let me turn my mic off for this. It's getting hot. And you getting ready to start World War 17 with Apostle. So go ahead,
No, I'm not. Apostle, he's going to agree to what I'm saying, because he can't lie. Everybody heard him. I've been trying to tell Apostle that these Bible scriptures was for that time, back then, and he will always fight me on it. And so when I pulled up the scripture about the woman getting raped, he said to me and everybody, that was 3,000 years ago, sa.neter. That was back then. That wasn't now. So what he did was he showed you that the Bible is not really for today's time. It was for that time. That's what he said.
Take debate, Apostle. Don't take debate, Apostle. Apostle, I want you to be strong, Apostle. Do not take debate, Apostle.
Hold on. Let me finish.
He can't help himself.
No, he can't.
Now let's get to Elder Yara, Black Sage. Black Sage now is saying what I've been saying all along. That's not Jesus talking. That's someone else writing in his name saying this is Jesus. Apostle, now Black Sage is doubting that these words are even Jesus' words in the Bible. Can you believe that?
He said that.
Listen, good. Listen.
To make him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council.
Listen.
They lost that council meeting, and it went to those who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in what they thought. So
right there, they begin to write in, the church fathers, what they thought about Jesus. Listen.
So what we're reading is only their commentary.
What we're reading is only the church fathers' commentary. Let's continue. Listen.
In the New Testament, if you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
Whoa, what? We don't even know what the actual.
Wow. Receipts.
Stay strong, Apostle. Apostle, stay strong. Listen, you had some comments. Hold on, Sa. Apostle, you had some comments that you was getting ready to say to me before Sa started this assault. So just remember what those comments was, and do not fall into the trap. Prove Seven Asar wrong, that you can avoid this trap that's being set right here.
It's not a trap. What I'm showing you is I've been saying this for goddamn 8-10 years, and they've been fighting with these guys. And now they starting to see it, Apostle. And now here we go with Yara. Let's just listen again. Y'all got to hear it. He don't even believe that those are the words of Christ in the Bible. Those are the Father's own commentary. Let's get to it.
Him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council. They lost that council meeting, and it went to those who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in what they thought. So what we're reading is only their commentary.
Wow. What y'all reading, Apostle? It's not Jesus, nigga. You only reading the forefathers' commentary. Let's go on.
In the New Testament. If you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
What?
stop that, Seven Asar. You see how Seven Asar is instigating? H. Millette, you be saying I'm instigating. It's really Seven Asar. I want y'all to see that right there. Seven Asar, that's nasty work right there. Side, you got to stop this assault on my brother Apostle.
To tell me truth. Dr. Enqi, chill, bro. You got to let me cook. Let me cook.
In the New Testament. If you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was. We only know that Paul's 7 letters out of all of the books, as you said, Paul mostly compiled the New Testament. Only 7 letters that the authors actually, that the consensus of scholars say he actually wrote. Only 7 letters.
Damn, do y'all hear this? So the words that y'all reading about Christ, the Yahweh is telling you that's not even Christ. You don't even know. You didn't even hear the words of Christ. So why are y'all still pushing the New Testament in the Bible? I didn't say this, Apostle. Don't get mad at me. You hear who's saying this.
So they had to create something that had nothing to do with the original prophecies that we find in Malachi.
Woo! Hold on here. So now he's saying that the forefathers had to create something that they put in Malachi. How long I've been telling y'all that that's not Christ? That's man's writing. How long I've been telling y'all that? Come on, Apostle. Don't get mad at me.
Hold on, Sai. Wait a minute, Sai. I got to stop you right now.
Oh, man.
Sai, you see, and I told you that I was going to bust you out, and I didn't.
Pause.
Okay, pause. Yeah, that was a little loaded. That was crazy. But I told you I was going to snitch. And I didn't snitch. I came up here and I didn't even discuss it, right? But I want y'all to know why Sai is on this full-blown assault of Apostle right now, because that's who he's targeting right now.
This is not about Apostle.
Stop this madness, Sai. You was up at 2
to
o'clock in the morning. You was up at 2 o'clock in the morning listening to Jesus music with me last night.
Yes, I was.
So but stop this madness. You was up at 2 o'clock in the morning listening.
You got to let me cook.
Quit pushing narratives, Enqi.
No. That's a fact. Seven aside. That's a fact. That's not a narrative.
Yo, you got to stop, Enqi. You are trying to distract. See, you're trying to save the Israelites right now. You in the back. Nobody hear you, Enqi. Nobody hear you. You in the back because you're trying to distract, brother. You trying to save the Israelites right now. All right? So here's the thing. I've been saying this for years, family. For those of y'all who've been listening to me, now we got the Israelites, the Most High have put a confession on Yahweh and Apostle that finally come out with the truth. I've been telling y'all that that's not Jesus. That's a white man. You're reading their interpretation, and now you hear them. Let's continue.
Concerning this forerunner. So if you take something that was created, which is only based on the commentary of the church fathers.
Wow. So what Apostle reading is only based on the commentary of the church fathers, Apostle. That's what you're reading. Stop telling me Christ said this and Jesus said that. No, the hell he didn't. That's the church fathers, Apostle. Yeah, and I believe y'all right because the Most High put a spirit on them that made them tell this truth.
As a matter of fact, the Jesus that we know is only given to us through Saint Ignatius.
What? Yo, do y'all hear this? The Jesus that was given to us is only given to us through what?
Yo, this is diabolical. Yo, this is diabolical. Yo, this is diabolical. Yo, somebody needs to know. Yo, this is crazy. This is diabolical. Why did you do this right now? What's wrong with
it? It is diabolical. It is. I agree.
yo, listen, y'all. Listen up.
We know it's only given to us through Saint Ignatius.
Through Saint Ignatius.
Okay.
And a lot of you are reading about Ignatius Jesus.
Y'all reading about Ignatius Jesus. You thinking Jesus said this shit? Let's go, y'all right?
That he created.
Wow.
We don't have any original writings that Jesus wrote.
Whoa.
That is
we don't have no original writings that Jesus wrote. All of this
He
is
said
going
it
to
again.
come back to bite Yara on the ass. Pause. Pause. You can't tell us nothing now, my brother Black Sage, about what Jesus said now. You can't tell us nothing.
Right.
Let's go.
They don't have any of these sources. If you study the church fathers, they will tell you they did these things.
Whoa. The church fathers made it look like Jesus said this and Jesus said that. If you study the church fathers, they will tell you that they did these things. They manipulated the people. Now I'll fall back and I'll listen to Apostle.
Now you'll fall back? This is disgusting. Yo, this is crazy.
I'll fall back and let Apostle wiggle his ass.
No, sir. No, sir. This is crazy. This is blasphemous. Hold up, man. Put me on the big screen. Put me on. Take Yara down. This is crazy. This is hot. This is a setup. This is a setup. This is crazy. You're gonna get me in trouble with my people. My people going. Oh my God! I can see this already on Tuesday night. This is crazy. Listen. How you gonna come and bust out this type of video clip series here in the middle of my build here, and then now I'm associated with this kind of nasty work right here. This is crazy.
Let me explain.
You can handle it. You can handle it.
Let me explain.
It was genius.
It was genius. How you see? I told y'all. Seven aside hates me.
Hold on. Hey, Dr. Enqi, if you love Apostle like you do, what you need to do is tell Apostle leave that alone, because you didn't say those words.
I tried. Listen, I'm hoping.
Hold on. All Apostle is going to do is dig a deeper fucking hole, Enqi. You better tell him leave that alone. Don't try to explain that. Just worry about you, because he's going to dig a deeper hole. Now, go ahead, Apostle.
Now, Apostle, this is the first time where you should probably listen to Sa's advice. The best response is to say that sa.neter faked that whole video. Sa.neter faked that whole video. That is a deep state fake of our brother Yara. And we do not even believe that content right there is real content.
That's what he said.
Let's run it through the program and see if it's fake.
A deep state fake right there. That is.
That's what he said.
I'll fall back.
That nobody put no words in his mouth. That's what
that is a deep state fake right there. Go ahead, brother Apostle. I know you want to
go ahead, Apostle.
Thanks. Stop, y'all. Please. God damn. I haven't half of the times y'all been speaking. And sa.neter only spoke twice. Once when he interrupted me, and then this time he jumped out before me. Just to do that. The only reason why he's talking about Yara, because Yara is getting ready to debate his wife. That's why he's doing that about Yara. I'm not interested in what he's saying about me. sa.neter, if I talk to sa.neter, he wouldn't understand half of the shit I say. I'm ignoring that. What I want to talk to you about is about Sekou and what Sekou said. Sekou and that guy they had on here yesterday, whatever his name, Amun, Chief Amun, they talked about their ancestors. But when I asked them, when he's communicating with his ancestors, are they communicating back? It was silence.
I seen that part because he was talking about his great grandmom and I don't want to say anything that he could take wrong about that, but yeah, you
isn't this person, but I asked him, are they talking back? See, what I tried to show him was my God communicates with me. He speaks to me, just like he spoke to my mother. I had my mother to call me and told me to turn the channel 7.
Knock it off, stop.
Look at the news. Not what these other people talk about, but hear what God had to say about my daughter. All right? That there within itself, I know God speaks to them who had the capacity to hear. They or hear him. sa.neter sitting up there shaking his head because sa.neter don't know God. sa.neter don't know Christ. He doesn't.
I don't know no God outside of me.
There you go. There you go. Interrupting again. He can't help himself.
That's right. Get him, Apostle.
He can't help himself. I haven't said 3 words hardly on this program. 2 times I got kicked out of the program because my Windows 11 is acting up. So I had to erase Windows 11 and go back to Windows 10.
Wow.
I'll take it when I get off. But the point is, he can't help himself. But I'm not going to fall for that. I meant what I said. It was the truth. Interpolation is built on context, content, as well as who is talking to, when it's talking, what it's talking about, and where did it happen. Everything in the book ain't for its stories that we can take information from. All scripture is given for profitable, for learning, for understanding. For today, the book says. So even if it was 3,000 years ago, it has help for us today in understanding what happened 3,000 years ago and why it happened, for sure. But you get these ignorant behind people that are one-line hitters. They got nothing else in them other than one-line hitters.
Excuse me, Apostle.
And they create chaos.
Excuse me, sir. Was the laws in the Bible for 3,000 years ago, or do they apply today?
The laws of the laws, commandments, and statutes are for yesterday and today, and for tomorrow.
Okay, so why are you saying that was 3,000 years ago?
Because
the law was for 3,000 years ago, right? For the people of that time, right?
Which no, it's not. It explaining what they did 3,000 years ago. That's what that is. It explained what happened 3,000 years ago, but it's for our learning and our moderation.
Can you read some of the laws of Leviticus for today?
You can go to chapter 20 and read the commandments. You can do that. You know, you can do that very easy. So you got reading comprehension. So, you know, you're just so full of doubt and hatred.
Can I ask Apostle a question?
And I'm talking about the kind,
oh man,
that's to the level of abhorring the Most High. You abhor the Most High. And if Yahweh wasn't about the debate, Napa, you wouldn't be on him. You wouldn't even brought that up. But you are.
I think he would, Apostle.
Now that's why he's doing it.
Can I ask you a question, Apostle?
Yeah. What's the question, man?
I got like 2 questions or so. I would like for you to answer the first one with a yes or no, if possible. If not possible, I would like for you to say yes or no and then expound, and then I'll ask my second one if that's okay with you.
Go ahead.
All right. So my first question is, do you hate Esau?
Do I hate Esau?
Let's see.
Good question.
Do I hate Esau? I'm gonna say yes, because of what they doing to my people.
Okay, and so your reasoning for hating Esau is because of what they doing today, or because like over total what they have done leading up till today?
What they doing today? Now.
Okay. So now in the Bible, in Deuteronomy 23:7, God gave a direct order not to hate or abhor him, right?
No,
that's what it say.
He didn't give a direct order.
So who was that to?
Who was that to? What you mean?
When it said you shall not abhor / hate the Edomite, for he is your brother. Who was that to?
It's not hate. He could have easily put the word hate in.
Okay, well, let's go with abhorred. Who was that to?
That was to the Israelites.
Okay, so was that a direct order to you then, not to hate them?
I'm not going to say a direct order because it's not part of the law.
not saying it's a part of the law, but it was like an executive order directly to y'all not to do something.
It wasn't an it was a statement.
It was a what, Pastor?
The bottom line to abhor is to show an action.
It's intense hatred to abhor.
Right.
But if
Anything that God demands is law anyway.
Hold on, y'all. Can I finish, please? Can I finish, please?
Go ahead.
So if that's was what he told you guys not to do, whether you call it a command, a statement, an order, if he told you not to do it, why do you feel like it's okay to disobey that, what he gave you not to do, regardless of your, hold on, let me finish, regardless to what your reasoning is, if that's coming directly from God? Why do that make it okay for you to choose to hate him for whatever reason you choosing to do it for?
No. See, the thing is, he didn't say don't hate.
Abhor. We can now use hate. Abhor.
And I do not abhor the Edomite. I don't like the way they treat my people. I don't like the way they treat me.
So would you reject those people based on the way they treating your people?
I can be angry and sin not.
Okay, so would you reject those people today based on what they doing to your people today?
Would I reject who?
The Edomites.
I don't like what the Edomite is doing.
I said, would you reject them though? Would you turn them away?
No. I don't know about turning away. It all depends on what is taking place. Because see, the thing is, in order for me to turn somebody away, I have to have a personal relationship with that individual.
Not necessarily. A stranger could knock on your door and be in need.
Doesn't matter. I can't. Right. That's still.
So would you turn them away?
That's still an interreaction, is it not?
That's what I'm asking you. So if you don't know him personally, listen, if you don't know him personally, you have a situation with somebody you consider to be Esau, Edomite, would you reject them or turn them away, or would you be open to helping that person?
In your question, are you considering yourself grilling me? Or
no, I'm just asking you some simple questions to see how you look at it.
Answers.
No, I'm not coming at you aggressive or none of that. I'm just asking you some simple questions to see how you look at it.
Because you're not listening to my answers. How do I know how I will treat someone until I have that opportunity?
Well, the Bible tells you to be kind, and so you should already know how you supposed. Can I finish? Can I finish? I was letting you speak.
I ain't on the scriptures because it doesn't say to be kind.
So what word do I use instead?
What you mean instead? It says to loathe, to detest, to
I'm talking about when it's saying to be nice to people. Those are words of like rejection or.
Who are you?
Kim Netter.
All right. sa.neter set Kim down because he's not listening to my answers.
Wow.
He's talking over my answers.
Every time I was trying to speak, you speak over.
All right, hold on. Kim, hold on, Apostle. Kim Netter, let me help you out. This is what Israelites are supposed to do, but they don't do it because you hear so much goddamn hate coming from their heart. They pose to love their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
To love their enemies. They pose to bless them that curse them. Even if the enemy them, they pose to still bless them. And here's the proof right here.
Hold on real quick, Saab, but that was my whole point. If that's the case, why is it okay for them to go against what God directly told them not to do? That would make that a sin. That would make that a sin against God directly.
Yeah.
Facts.
In the book,
go ahead, Saab.
I don't believe it.
What are you talking about, Saab? Facts. Go ahead, Saab.
That is facts. And I want to hear what Saab has to say. Quit hating, Enqi. Quit hating. Because your fellow brethren is getting smart.
Hold on, y'all. Let me show you. This is what I got coming up, right?
That was not able.
Hey, Apostle, hold on, Apostle. Hold on. This is what I got coming up from now on. There's going to be rules to the channel. When someone is speaking, and if they're not asked a question, if I don't bring you on, you will be getting
strike one. Strike one.
And if I have to do it again, you will get another one.
Strike two.
And if you get strike 2, strike 3, that means you're out of here.
Strike 3. You are out.
So you will be getting out of here if you cut people off. That's not on this one, but on the next streams I'm doing, I don't want people cut nobody off. That goes for me, but I'm the host, so I could cut all of you off. But I'm the damn host. Be quiet, Apostle. So now what I'm saying to you is, according to your Bible, you're supposed to love your enemies, Apostle. You are supposed to love your enemies. Let's go to Matthew 5:44. Dr. Enqi, I will say, can you pull that up and share your...
I can't pull up nothing associated with anything what you talking about, Si. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way. How dare you, Si, try to get me to pull up some...
Yeah, try to be funny.
He gonna pass me the gun. Look, he gonna pass me the gun when he see the lights, the sirens, and...
Hold on, Apostle, can you pull up 5:44, please?
I'm gonna do you the favor, man.
Don't you do it, Apostle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Don't you do it, Apostle.
I'll do it myself.
Go ahead.
It is right here, Matthew 5:44. A good Samaritan threw that in the chat for me. It says, "But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which spitefully use you and persecute you." So you are supposed to love the white man, Apostle. You are supposed to love the so-called Edomites. You are supposed to love the Egyptians, Apostle. And that's what the brother was asking you. Do you love your enemies? That's all he was asking you.
He didn't ask
you. Can I add this last thing on the point that I was making? Because at the end of the day, if we keeping everything in context, the way people like to keep everything in context, it say that God hated, that had an ED on it.
Yeah.
They don't say that he hate currently. So that's a past tense thing that happened, and that was just on some cosmic deity type of level of rejection, not that he actually physically hate the man. And like I said again, that was past tense. And that story even come after the fact where he tell you not to hate him because he your brother. That part comes first. So if you never get an order after he tell you not to hate him, if he just simply tell you a story about a time he did hate him, that don't give you authorization for you to then follow behind what you think he's doing for you to hate him. That's
and another thing is this, because when they always run to the hate and give you and try to make it because Esau did it, they think they can do it.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is Esau said he hated. I mean, the Most High said, I hated Esau. I hated Esau. That don't mean your ass hate him. What are you talking about?
I have never seen
the scripture real quick.
Wait a minute. I have never seen a full-fledged defense of a brother like this. We was over here tearing Sekou up.
Help it.
And y'all done put on a massive clinic. This is crazy. I have to say,
he has to do it.
Can I read Ephesians 4:31-32?
Yes, Brother Santan, you can. But wait a minute. Hold on. I just want to say, I knew that Seven Asar had on that outfit for a reason. He must have had something planned out with sa.neter in advance for this ambush scholarship that we just seen right here. And Brother Yara, somebody who has Yara's phone number, go ahead and contact Brother Yara to get Yara in here immediately to defend himself before this video.
Information.
Listen, at the end of this video, you know how this works in the world of HOK. If you don't defend yourself by the time the video is over,
it's done. You're done.
They need to do that with Sekou. They need to call Sekou for you too.
Exactly. That's only fair. You just set it up. You set it up like that. But I gotta say, it's misinformation. And the only reason I came in and spoke about what was at topic at the time, because I didn't see what came on before. So I can't.
Stop it, sa.neter. You a part of this. You are a co-conspirator with sa.neter. You a co-defendant.
Say what Sekou said. I wasn't here yet, so I came in on.
You just came in here to jump my man Apostle. It's disgusting. It's crazy.
Go right here.
Because I actually came on to ask you a question, because I heard you said you was looking for me around the Pan Genesis debate that I missed. And I wanted to know somehow how you said I was running. I don't know.
Come here, real quick. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving to one another, as
What
God
scripture is
in
that?
Christ forgave you. That's Ephesians 4:31 through 32.
And now you see, that's why I say it's dishonest when apostles say he don't know how he would treat a man when it's lay it out for you how you're supposed to treat a man.
Right.
That's why I set up my question the way I did, because it already it's already laid out how you're supposed to do
bust
what
him
you're
in the
supposed
head.
to do, and then
Lies all the time.
it's right, and then he going against it totally to make it his own thing when you got direct orders. I don't care if you want to call it a statement, a conversation, whatever. God told you not to do that.
Not to abhor, and I don't.
Abhor is worse than hate. Abhor means you're doing it more.
Yes, thank you, brother. I don't abhor the Edomite.
So how come you can't answer the question when I say if a random white man or a random Edomite or Esau knocked at your door asking for help, you don't know how you would treat him? When the Bible lay it out, you should be able to tell me I would help him with open arms, or you'd be able to tell me I'll reject him because that's how I feel about what they doing to my peoples today. But you can't answer it.
It does not tell me that. It doesn't tell me that. He could be knocking on my door with a gun in his hand.
But that's you believing that before you even open the door. I'm talking about a man that ain't coming to you with no weapon. He's actually looking for help. You trying to make up a whole nother thing when that's not what I'm saying. A man is not armed. He coming to your door. He's looking for help. And you telling me you don't know how you would treat that situation.
Okay. You cannot make up the scenario.
I can when I'm giving you the scenario. You can't change my scenario when I'm giving you the scenario and put a gun in the man's hand.
It's not proper. It's not proper.
What's not proper about a man needing help and knocking on a stranger door and you just so happen to be the stranger?
Brother, if you're going to listen to me or you're not going to listen to me.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's the problem with you. You already got the thing in your mind.
That still is crazy.
Share my screen.
Nah, we ain't sharing those screens, brother.
You should share yours. Share mine.
What?
That's right. Because we're going to look at this. This is Amos. This is after Deuteronomy. Okay?
Yeah, that's another book.
Yeah.
Written thousands of years later. Okay.
Right.
To the word.
Right.
Yeah, these dudes is crazy.
No. Listen to these words.
Yeah, go ahead.
Said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyre, which is Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away my punishment thereof. This is God talking. Because they delivered.
Well, according to Yara, we don't know if that's really God, but go ahead.
Are you going to continue to do that, Si?
No, I'm just correcting, letting my people know. We don't really know if that's God.
Yes, Apostle. He is going to do that forever. That video of Yara is going to live for the next 10 to 15 years.
Corruption that he's doing right now of the word.
In infamy.
Because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom and remembered not their brotherly covenant. This is talking about Edom, Esau, and what they did. But I will
staying in context of the subject matter. We in Deuteronomy. Why would you jump to a whole nother book if we stay in context?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what
I'm saying. We in Deuteronomy. You jump to a whole nother book.
He trying to contradict himself. He trying to contradict himself.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. If we keeping stuff in context of what the subject matter is, we are in Deuteronomy.
Right.
I'm just showing you.
Wait a minute, hold on. If we keeping track of the subject matter, we are not even on this subject at all. We talking about spirituality. This is
might not be the subject of this whole live stream, but that's the subject matter of what it turned into at this very moment. So stop dodging.
We was hijacked, hoodwinked, bamboo, led astray.
Got him.
Hey, everybody chill, y'all. I'm gonna tell you what Apostle need to do is sometime leave it alone, man. Because he digs a big hole trying to defend something that's indefensible. He can't defend it. Especially when we show the receipts. Especially when we show the receipts. You dig a bigger hole, and guess what? You make it bad for the Bible because now you begin to prove me right again. Watch this, Dr. Enqi. I've been teaching for years that the Bible is nothing but a contradiction. And now Apostle is showing a contradiction to what we read already.
It's not. This is based on the actions of Esau. It's not a contradiction. This is talking about what they did, what Esau did. Now put my screen back up.
Is it talking about what we said earlier?
Yeah, it's talking about why he hates Esau.
No. Is it talking about you're supposed to love your enemies?
It's all no. This is
that's what we were talking about, Apostle.
Because you want to know why God hates Esau.
Apostle, that's what we were talking about.
No, we were talking about.
You see this?
Yeah, you know I'm seeing it. You know I'm seeing it.
About why God
you are coming with a whole argument.
We are talking about
typical red herring. Typical red herring.
Now, see, y'all just all of y'all.
All right, go ahead, Apostle, because I want to bring on my man.
Got no be in your own house. You're a weak ass man.
Go ahead, Apostle.
Look, he hot. They tell you a weak ass man. Come on, Apostle.
Weak ass man.
Yo, I just said, go ahead, Apostle. Go ahead and teach.
But I will send fire on the walls of Tyre, which shall devour the places thereof. Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4. I will not turn away my punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. And they still doing it. And did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually. That means forever. Continually. And he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, Esau's son, Teman, which shall devour all the places of Bezrah. 13. And thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of the children of Ammon, and for 4, I will not turn away my punishment thereof, because they have ripped up the women with the children of Gilead, that they might enlarge their borders. And then it gets down to the last. Therefore their kings shall go into captivity, he and their princes together, saith the Lord. This is perpetually. Perpetually means forever.
So you read that scripture to rebuttal what sa.neter said, right?
That's another X on you, brother. Stop interrupting.
This ain't the show where you get those.
Yeah, it is the show.
No, it ain't. See, you don't listen as usual.
I got no authority except when it comes to me.
He said the next show.
See, no.
He did.
Got no authority. None. He has no power on these shows. You know why? Because the Most High.
Because you're contradicting yourself. That's why.
I'm not contradicting myself. I'm reading the scripture.
To rebuttal sa.neter. To rebuttal sa.neter's point. To prove him wrong. That's why you're reading the scripture. You ain't reading it just to read it. You're reading it to prove him wrong.
Same thing. Proving all of you wrong.
Yeah. So you're contradicting yourself.
But how do you prove one scripture wrong using another scripture if all of the scripture is supposed to be true?
You all. The scripture you all. Every single one. Even kill. The scriptures has made a liar of you all. It's not a contradiction. It's established truth what Esau did and why Esau is being punished.
Hey, somebody mute their mic. It's an echo.
It's an echo. And that's the bottom line. That's what y'all don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with it because you can't deal with it.
We trying to deal with it, but I was in Deuteronomy and you jumped to a whole nother book. That's the whole thing. You saying when we not trying to deal with, when I was specifically in Deuteronomy, you not trying to deal with that because you jumped to another book. So let's keep it G.
I'm talking about why I feel.
So let's keep it G. Let's not make it like we not trying to deal with something when it's you, because you the one jumped to a whole nother thing. But we're gonna let Armin Raw McCarthy go.
And I'm telling you why he's over talking me. Mute his mic. Don't mute my mic. Mute his. He's over talking me. He want to know why I hate him today. It's because of this scripture. Okay? It's this scripture. And not just this scripture. I can go to Ezekiel 35, 36, and 37. And it only gets worse for Esau.
All right, we got you, Apostle. Let me move on to Armin Raw McCarthy.
60 is over for
Let me
Esau.
get Armin Raw McCarthy, Apostle. I got All right, Armin Raw, go ahead, brother. I got you. All right, Armin Raw, go ahead, brother.
What's going on, family? Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
First thing I want to say.
Mr. Lungs.
Huh?
Peace to the God.
Peace to the God. Peace, peace. So if you can hear me good, first thing I gotta say.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
You know,
Armin Raw, you're breaking up. Armin Raw, you're breaking up. And you got an echo.
Am I breaking up now?
And you got an echo.
You need to take
Am I breaking up now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you know how you have the award side when you had the that sa.neter Studios trophy?
Right. Right.
All right. I'm gonna say this before I speak about my spirituality and my conviction on it. I'm gonna be honest. You need to make a HOK Cheerleader of the Year award and give it to Seven Assault. That's the first thing. Because
let's go.
If he say facts one more damn time, I'ma hang up. Now, when the next thing is the spirituality, which is on what we're talking about. Spirituality simply is a supernatural concept that does rely on tremendous faith and belief. And if you do not have those things, you will never be able to understand or define it. So anybody who is an unbeliever trying to define what spirituality is will always miss the mark. Simple as that. Now, when it comes to hating Esau, yes, you can hate him for what he has done, but you do not abhor him. Just like if your own brother, if your brother, man, on drugs or doing something has stolen from you, you can hate the stuff that he does, but at the end of the day, it's still your brother.
But what did Esau do? What did Esau do?
No, what I'm saying is it's okay to hate what he does. Right. What you know what the white man is doing today?
I'm asking you, what did Esau do?
All the things that he's doing right now.
Can I ask him a better question?
All the things. Hold on.
So are you saying that Esau is a white man, brother?
I'm saying that Esau.
Don't you try that with him, Sal.
It's okay to hate somebody for what they do. I'm not going to get into those specifics.
Asking you, brother, what did Esau do?
What I just read, they did.
Yes, and I'm not going to go through, and I ain't going to go through all of those details. All I'm saying is you can hate somebody for what they're doing, hate their actions, but you're still supposed to show love to them at the end of the day, especially if it's your brother. If it's your brother, you can hate the hell out of them and feed him with a long handled spoon. But at the end of the day, the Lord is saying don't abhor him because he's still your brother. Okay? And so that's what my conviction on that. Now, and as far as the spirituality, if somebody say he had a question for me, but I ain't gonna go into all those things because Apostle can go deeper than I can as far as explaining all the things that Esau of the Bible did. You understand? But since we're talking about spirituality, that is something much more deeper than what a surface level definition can do. Because it's like he said, far more deeper than just your breath and respiration. Those things are, spirituality is much more deeper than that is. But it takes a relationship and a belief, because I'm not scared to say I believe, because y'all make belief like it's something bad. But I do believe, and I have no problem with belief in my God and what he's going to do and what he has done in my life. So me having a personal conviction and a personal relationship with him, I can understand. I can understand spirituality.
Can
Sir.
you tell me one thing that in your life?
Don't you try to entrap my brother.
Hey, come on, man. Give me one thing that the Most High done for you in your life, Rob McCarthy.
Man, the Most High has done some things, Sod, that's so personal that you would never understand. And I do believe,
Give me one.
I do believe he's done some stuff for you too.
Give me one.
And I don't understand.
You ain't giving me
Sod, some things you don't put out in public. Some
All right,
things are
give me
so
something that
personal.
you don't mind letting out in public.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Some things you can't even explain it. You know that it could be nothing but God that
Can
did
you
that for
give me
you.
one? Just give me one thing that you don't mind saying about.
There's several things. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I remember when I was first getting into respiratory, and I was in 1999. I had a charge for a little possession of marijuana. I had a half a blunt in my pocket. I got pulled over. This was before I even went to school. And it was on my little record. It was supposed to be expunged, all that kind of stuff. So then 10 years later, when I applied for my license to become a respiratory therapist, that showed up. And I had to go before the board to speak about it, to explain it. But before I could even get there, I called the county in which that happened. And he said, man, I don't know who working for you or in your favor, but this file should have been destroyed, my expungement file. It should have been destroyed years ago. But for some reason, it's still sitting here in this drawer. He got it. He faxed the copies to the state of Tennessee for me, and I was able to pursue my career and what God had for me. That's one thing I know. There could be nothing but God that did that for me. It's things that when listen, hold on, I'm not through, Si. Because you're not gonna ever be able to explain away what God has done for me, ever. So no matter what you say, you feel what I'm saying? It's times that I have not left the house because something told me don't go yet, or I couldn't find my keys, or whatever the issue is. But then when I did finally able to leave, there was a major wreck on my route. You know what I'm saying? It's things that happen every day if you're looking for them. But if you're not looking for them, you won't see them. If you're looking to disprove it, that's what you'll find. And the Lord will turn you over to that. Yeah, he'll tell you I ain't real. Go ahead and believe that.
Okay, so here's the thing, brother.
The last 2 nights. How many people saw the Northern Lights?
Yo, my man. I'm talking, bro. So here's the thing, brother. You mean to tell me that you believe, and it's all right, I'm not saying you're wrong, that you believe that God had somehow erased what was on your record, but here's a little girl and little babies that God don't give a damn about the little babies where these bullets are coming towards them and these little girls that's getting molested. But here you are as a grown-ass man, and he said, oh, we're going to expunge and take away his fault that's on his record, and we're going to save him. But the innocent little babies that's out there getting jacked up, we're going to allow them to go through the pain and suffering and the mother and suffering. Now, what got you your job, my brother, is you going to school, you going to get your certificate, you going to make sure you get your degree, and you are able to do the work. But a lot of times what we do, just like the rappers and singers, we thank God for giving us, for getting this award for us, and they the ones that did it themselves. You did it yourself, brother, because you pursued, you wanted this type of job to be a respiratory therapist, or however you say, a doctor. So you went to school for it, and you got your you got your certificates and everything, and you graduated, brother. Give the credit to you, yourself, your mother, your father, not to something that we really can't explain.
Let me just say this real quick.
Hold on. He said I
Hold on,
got
wait. Listen.
I
Me
was
and
gonna
Mr.
respond
Lungs,
to
wait a
it.
minute, hold on, listen. Me and Mr. Lungs have a show on my channel every Friday. Y'all need to tune in because we going deep into certain types of information centered around cardiovascular health, pulmonary health, but we're also taking that conversation into some spaces where, you know, you got to think outside the box. So I just wanted to say, me and Mr. Lungs have a show every Friday y'all need to tune into. And that's the reason why I have to jump in here and stop Sai from trying to jump on my man. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate that. Now, Armor Raw said I could ask him a question.
Hey, before that, Amin Ra had said my name.
Hold on, real quick.
Relax. Everyone has time.
Real quick. So what happened was when I was talking to Apostle about hating Esau, he said that he actually hates Esau. And when you came on, he said he hate them for what they doing today. Right. So now when you came on, you also said that it's okay to hate him. And I think in the midst of you saying what you were saying, you caught on because then you switched it by saying it's okay to hate what he do, which I don't have a problem with that. Let me finish. Now, but Apostle was the one who said that he actually hate him, not what he did. It's okay to hate a person for their actions. Well, not the person, but it's okay to hate the actions that they may take upon you. But that's something whole different from you actually hating a person. Do you understand the difference
for what
between
they
that?
doing today? Yo, Apostle, you're gonna get a strike. You're gonna get a strike, Apostle.
You understand what I'm saying? The difference right there on that.
All right, brother. I didn't mince my words. I'm immediately and I intentionally mean that you can hate the things that your brother does, and you might say, "I hate that MF, man. I hate that." But at the end of the day, you do not abhor him, which is worse than hate, brother. That's what we're trying to say. And I can't speak for Apostle, but I can tell you that there's some people in your life that you can absolutely feel like you hate them for what they have done to you or mean in your life or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, especially if it's your brother, you should not abhor them because, it's still your brother. And just like you said, when people come to your door, yeah, you would be cordial. Somebody come to my door, white man come to my door, I'm going to be cordial. I don't have a problem.
Well, see, that's the stupidity of the Bible. There's a lot of niggas that I hate that is not my brother, that I will never call them my brother. There's a lot of grimy, goofy dudes that I don't have no love for and wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. See, that's the Bible craziness that tells you to love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Love them that hate you. Hell no. That's not.
Let me get back to.
Hold on. There's a nigga, and I'll say the nigga name. There's a nigga by the name of Ben that I will never, ever love. That I will hate him into eternity. That I wouldn't piss on that nigga if he was on fire. So no, that's that Bible nonsense that tell you that crazy stuff. So
I understand that's you, brother. Okay, that's you in your life. That's you in your faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna kiss no nigga ass either. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. No kind of way. I'm a man first. You understand? But what I'm saying, we all striving to try to live a good life, brother. And so, whatever y'all have between each other, I'm just explaining that situation between Esau and Jacob. That's all I'm trying to explain when the brother asked the question. That's my conviction on it. All right. Now, when it comes to the spirit, and then I think Asar 7 was trying to say something to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't saying that.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm just being honest, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, I do want to say something. Don't speak for me, Enqi. Don't speak for me, sir.
Well, brother, I guarantee you, if Sal put a poll up right now and ask him, "Are you the number one cheerleader?" I bet you 80% before you respond any kind of way. I bet you 80 and plus. I guarantee that. So
you call him a cheerleader, but that's not right because what Assad do, he goes against me too sometimes. He disagree. Assad deals with the truth as he understands it. And because he's dealing with truth, y'all call the brother a cheerleader.
Come on, stop.
Let me speak. And please, pause your mic, McCarthy, because there's an echo. I want this to be heard loudly and clearly, right? It's funny that when you got people like Amin-Ra McCarthy and people like Enqi and others who may vote 80% like Amin-Ra McCarthy speak on, they don't like the fact that I support not the person, but the facts that they're speaking on, right? They never come up here and refute those facts that they're speaking on, right? They never come up here and refute the facts that I speak on, correct? What they do is come on here and call me a cheerleader and speak that there should be an award for me. Well, make that award. Put pom-poms on it and make sure you put facts. The award for the person who supports facts and truth. I'll take that pom-pom trophy every day because I support facts, unlike you Negroes who supports people and some mystery God. I support truth, unlike some you Negroes who support men and some mystery God. So call me what you want, like you call Jabari names. They call sa.neter names. They call names. They call all these brothers that these Hebrew Israelites and Christians are against because we speak fact.
Bring it out, Assad. Bring it out.
Right? Because we speak fact against their belief, right? You can have your belief. No one on this panel has ever told you can't believe what you want to believe. But then you run into a roadblock when facts get into the way, right? And you don't like those facts. So you don't like those facts, you don't like me. You don't like sa.neter. You don't like Jabari. And I'll take that. I'll take that. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, well, thank you for landing, because I wasn't talking about sa.neter. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about something. There you go again, naming everybody else. Bro, I support this channel more than you ever think about. I give about $20, $30 every day that this thing come on, because I support the Senate. Am I lying, sir?
No, you're not lying, brother.
Goddamn right. I support.
I support just as much, brother.
I'm talking.
So you don't know what I give.
I'm not
you
saying you
talking?
don't support. Let me finish. I'm not saying you don't support. I don't care what you support. I support facts as well, brother. I'm looking for knowledge, seeking knowledge, but ain't no facts gonna ever be a stumbling block into my Christianity. Ain't no facts gonna ever stop that. Can't no facts stop God. So whatever you want to say and bring everybody's name into it, I ain't say nobody's name. I said Seven Asar. Now, like I said, I ain't the only one, but I might be the only one that will say something. But I'm not trying to be negative to it. I'm just telling the damn truth, and it's annoying as hell, to be honest. Now, just because you stand up for everybody and ride everybody's jock don't mean that I don't support the facts. I do support facts. I love all them brothers and Nepal on what they bring to the station. And I support it. And I support it. So I'm real just like you are, but I'm just saying you sometimes you are extremely annoying with the capping, man. You can't just whole damn day, every day. And if you put a poll up, it's gonna be 90%. Yeah, the nigga a capping. Damn, you don't have to do all that, brother. You don't have to do all that. Just speak your facts, learn your facts, support your facts.
All right, we're gonna
and
go
let that man
over.
be a man.
Nah, we're gonna move on over to Apostle. Go ahead, Apostle.
Wait a minute, Sa. I thought this was supposed to be a Dr. Enqi video.
I'm coming right back to you, Enqi.
I'm only going to be brief. Give me 30 seconds.
What?
I got more to say.
30 seconds?
I'm going to address Kim.
It would be amazing if he could do 30 seconds.
Because Kim sat right here on this table, right here on this desk, and lied. Said, I just hate. I didn't say why I hate, but I just hate. When I said I hate for what they doing today.
That's what I said you said.
Hold on, let him finish. No cutting off.
What you said was that's what Brother Ra was saying. Amin-Ra was saying. But I was saying different. I'm just hating. That's what you said. Unless you just running your mouth so much, you don't even know what you're saying. The point is, I explained. I hate for what they did. I don't abhor. I don't treat nobody with disdain. Low. Nobody.
I said that you said that.
Not even, shut up, man, please. Not even that first wife of mine. I don't loathe her. I don't like her.
30 seconds is up, Apostle.
No, I mean, I'm done.
Okay.
Don't lie.
So when somebody comes to me and says, They needed to make him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council. They lost that council meeting, and it went to those.
The true Israelites were kicked out of the council meeting, and so now the Father's coming. According to Yara. Gee, that's
crazy. This is the worst video in history right now.
That's what he said, though.
It's diabolical.
No, be quiet, y'all. Hold on, y'all. That's not even Jesus, according to Elder Yara, Black Sage, that you've been reading, Apostle. You've been lying to the people all this time, and I believe Black Sage because the Most High put that spirit on him to tell the truth. Don't it tells you that the Most High will put a spirit on you to make you come out and tell the truth on your own self? What scripture is that, Apostle? I'm gonna get it. You don't know.
Wicked.
Be quiet, y'all.
Hold on, wait a minute. You saying that y'all?
Hold on. If you don't tell me, Apostle, what scripture is that? I will get it myself. Where the Most High said that He will make you confess to your own shit, and that's what Yahweh is doing right now. He's confessing to
talking to the wicked
who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in what they thought. So what we're reading is only their commentary.
So the church fathers wrote in what they thought. See, he didn't say they wrote in facts. He said they wrote in what they thought. And they begin to write in their own commentary. We don't even know if that's Jesus. For real. Let's hear him.
In the New Testament, if you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
What? Y'all don't even know the real story of Christ.
You know why they don't know, Sab? Because the real Israelites was kicked out of that meeting.
Right. So
and now that I know about the niggas, you speak in facts.
So Apostle comes to us with all these goddamn lies. Jesus said, and the words of Christ said, and this is what happened. And nigga, please.
But wait a minute. Yara doesn't know what he's talking about. Now we're going to take him for real because it's fitting somebody's narrative. Yara's just talking out of the side of the gap in his neck. Like the church.
Say it again, Queen.
Let's go, Nepal.
Say it again, Queen.
That's all I want to say. Yara's just trying to win an argument. He doesn't. The church fathers didn't write the Bible. That's all.
We don't believe in the power. We just gotta hold him to it because he said.
I know. No, but he did kill himself with that statement. I saw Enqi was flabbergasted over that. He was up in arms.
Video. This is a nasty.
How you doing,
video.
Nepal? Nice to hear from you too.
Yeah, peace, sa.neter. Peace, brother. I just wanted to add that we know Yara doesn't be talking. He's got a mouth in the back of his neck, the side of his neck. We don't know what mouth he's talking out of. Shout out to my brother Black Sage. If he hears me, get on this panel and bury yourself some more and try to clean up these cuts that sa.neter found, and now they will forever live in the vault and on the file.
Still love you. We don't support you.
This is the one time. This is the one time where cheering against Black Sage is actually for his own good. We are against Black Sage for his own good right now. This is crazy.
We do not abhor you, brother.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Enqi, you're against him too, because he said no doesn't always mean no.
I listen.
Crazy.
No comment.
No
That's what
comment.
I'm saying.
Oh my God. You please
No, but you were on point. You said that's madness to say no doesn't always mean no. But anyway, sa.neter will probably get him on the phone and have him clean this up. But it's crazy that he said the church fathers wrote the Bible, and then he says that we don't even know if Jesus's words are real. Like that's what our brother said. So he's
Nepal,
gonna have to live back there.
can't clean this up. Best he can do is try to put some paint over the stains because they there.
He didn't say that in the debate with you either, Queen, against Jabari. He didn't say nothing like that.
Oh no, he actually was on my side talking about the historicity of Christ. Yeah.
Facts. Now he's talking against it.
Okay,
I told him sa.neter got him.
I
sa.neter
think that,
another one bites the dust.
no, but this is a AI video. This is a deep state.
I hear you.
They go to flim flam.
This is a deep state fake right here. This is not Yara.
Listen, you is not Olivia Pope. This ain't scandal. You can't spin it for me.
Yeah, this is definitely a deep state fake right here. Listen, we got to get back to the subject matter, which is the fact that pop culture has been taken over by Madame Blavatsky, Pascal Beverly Randall, and Aleister Crowley. Now, before sa.neter bombed the video, because I even lost track of what I was talking about once he put that Yara video on.
You talking about when he dropped that nuke?
That nuke. That was, I'd never seen that was crazy. That was nasty. That was Sa trying to prove that he's still the OG. Like, hold on, I still got it. Don't think I don't still got it. That's what that was right there. That was crazy. But
it was diabolical.
It was absolutely diabolical.
It was facts.
I got a song about diabolical. Everybody go listen to the music on my page. But no. Somebody in the chat room said that I was making up when I said that Aleister Crowley invented this whole concept of aliens that we have in pop culture right now. So I wanted to hit the share screen real quick. Let me see. Hit the share screen so y'all could get a little bit of a concept, and maybe y'all can.
And let me say this for you, Enqi. What you saying is facts.
Yeah, this is definitely facts, and people can go and do a little bit more research. This is the creation of Aleister Crowley. His name is Lamb. Lamb is the creation, and it's Lam. If y'all want to look that up, Lam. Lamb. Lamb is the creation of Aleister Crowley. And before Aleister Crowley started with Lamb, we did not have little green men and aliens and all of that in the news and
that's not true, Enqi.
No. I'm telling you, we didn't have all these reports about.
When was Crowley born? When was he born? What's his birth date and death date?
Pull it up. It's not hard to find.
But I know in 1909 they had a UFO that crashed in this governor's yard. He has a lot of land, and they hit a radio tower first. Crashed. It had a single occupant in it that was dead, and you can go and pull up that paper, and you can still read the story.
But did they give you a depiction of what that alien supposed to have looked like? Is the question.
Yeah, they gave a depiction, but not only that, they buried it as a Christian in a Christian grave.
All right, so listen, when that happened, that was in 1904, right?
1904, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That was when Aleister Crowley was in his prime.
Was it?
Yeah, that's when he was in his prime.
I didn't know that, but I know they've been talking about UFOs back in the 1800s. They were talking about UFOs.
But yeah, he wasn't debating the UFO. He was talking about the depiction of what the aliens look like, not the actual aircraft.
There we go. That's what I was just getting ready to say. The UFO conversation goes back. That's a
whole separate thing. Apostle always do that. He doing the Hebrew thing right now.
No. Listen.
They pulled out an occupant that they buried, man. They know what the damn thing looked like.
I gotta make you another one. I got
it. Area 51.
Lying on me again.
Is it an Area 51?
No, this is before Area 51. That was in 47.
Okay.
And they got 3 occupants. One was alive that lived until 1954, I believe, before he died. And that was in 1947.
No, but what I'm saying is, this is where they got this concept from. They got this concept from Aleister Crowley. And because Aleister Crowley and his group had a grip on pop culture, it became the standard, and they supplanted this into the consciousness of the people to the point where it's still going on today. This is an invention of his. He created this. You know what I'm saying? And the whole concept of ritual,
like they saw it. I don't know.
The whole concept, that's what I'm saying. Listen, the whole concept of ritual, right? It's a large portion of ritual is to be able to tap into different facets of the mind and how the mind works. So there's a large portion of ritual understanding is psychological and psychology. So having a grip on pop culture, having a grip on the financiers of pop culture and even government allow Aleister Crowley to put occult practices, occult ritual into the mainstream. So today, when we have conversations and we talk about books and movies and even kids shows, and we like, where did these occult ideas come from? And how are they putting these sexual ideas and all of these different crazy concepts into these shows? These things have their inception in the big three. The big three, when it comes to occult spirituality, the big three, when it comes to occult spirituality, is Pascal Beverly Randolph, Madame Blavatsky. Somebody should mute their mic. It's a lot happening in y'all background. Pascal Beverly Randolph and Aleister Crowley, Pascal Beverly Randolph, and Madame Blavatsky. Until you understand who these people are and what they did and how influential they were, their reach. Like, we got elementary schools that's named after Pascal Beverly Randolph, and we don't even know who Pascal Beverly Randolph is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some of us do.
Well, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let folks.
You're talking about the Gilded Age when they were doing all the spirituality. When you're talking about him, correct?
Well, not what I would consider to be spirituality, but they were doing things that fall under the guise of spiritual practices today.
Right. So you're talking. I believe that's who you're referring to. He was African American, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me make it clear. Let me just clear because one side I heard you say this being, this figure. I agree. I mean, I can entertain the thought that actual figure, that big-headed little green man, I wouldn't have a problem saying that might be related to Aleister Crowley's lamb that he so-called contacted in when he was doing all those things in Kemet. But you're not saying that all accounts of UFO sightings are based on theosophy, correct? You're not saying that, are you?
I'm not even speaking on UFO sightings.
Okay, yeah, I'm clarifying because to me it sounds like I can't be the only one that's one side.
Apostle
I'm
just
you
made the same mistake as well.
I didn't make a mistake.
It's not that I'm making a mistake. I heard you clear it up.
Let sa.neter know that Sekou wants the link to be dropped.
Oh, I'll drop it. Okay. So basically, you're not saying that UFOs are not real.
I'm not saying that UFOs are real or not. I'm speaking specifically to the creation of little green men and their inundation into pop culture.
Yeah.
Got it. So I have no issue.
What are you saying is fact?
That's the fact. Fake out, because most of what I see is little gray men, not little green men. And those they are created beings through technology of these high advanced so-called aliens.
And any account of a green alien or a gray alien came after those stories that Enqi is speaking of. There's no accounts in antiquity that depict aliens in that manner till after Aleister
I disagree, but
okay.
You'd have to show me. Then show us. Show us. You'd have to show us.
1904.
I mean,
Based
you know,
on that,
as far as the little green
if he's
men,
alive, he's a child.
little
No,
green
he's
men
not a
is
child. No, he's not a
debatable.
child in 1904. He's in his 30s or something like that.
Yeah.
I like
But,
Yeah, Aleister Crowley. Yeah, Aleister Crowley. Yeah.
So we're specifically talking about that image, the figure of little green men, not actual extraterrestrial beings, right?
Facts. Facts.
Okay.
There you go.
I never saw anything like little and green anyway. I've seen extraterrestrials and I've never seen any little green men either. Or gray.
Right. Me
They're
either.
usually
I believe you
tall
too.
and dark.
I believe you.
Not in antiquity.
I've never seen a UFO, but I believe in them. Don't worry about that. There's several stories in the Bible that talks about it. So not just 1, 2, 3, at least 3, 4 stories in the Bible that talks
To
about
think
it.
that we're the only intelligent beings in this vast universes and all the many universes would be just not intelligent thinking.
If I
So,
were told you,
can we get a source then, basically, on the first time we see the little green man? Then let's just do it like that.
I'm talking about a little gray man, but
Because that's what we're talking about, the little green man.
just
Because
brought
it
his
sounds like everybody got different stories, and Enqi seemed to be like we got it together. So I'm gonna ask Enqi then, can we get a source on the first time you say we see the little green man? Because that's what you're saying.
Only thing I know about is 1904 as the earliest.
I'm talking to
And
Enqi though,
maybe
because
1800.
Enqi brought this to the floor.
Right. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say peace to the brother Sekou. Sekou, how you doing, brother? Open your mic.
Yeah, peace and blessing. This is that Enqi?
It is I. It is
Yeah.
I.
Peace and blessing to the panel. Peace to the queen. Nepal has been a
Peace.
while.
Peace, man.
Peace, Sekou. I see you
Yeah.
in here
Yeah,
doing
greetings
your
to
kung
everyone.
fun, everybody.
Yeah, very good conversation going on. But I just, if you guys can permit me, I wanted to take Enqi back on the issue of etymology that he brought up. So if it is allowed, I can.
Let's go. Let's go.
So Enqi, I find it that you intentionally try to misrepresent. It's like I don't know, straw man. So you create a weak point of my argument and attack it without really trying to put it into proper context. So I wasn't doing any presentation on spirituality. I was just asked in the middle of a meeting, and somebody was talking about it, and I said, look, as basically spirituality is just to find meaning in life. Because the question of existence, why are we here? What is the purpose of life? Yeah, I know how things work. I can understand how to use science. I can understand how to use physics, chemistry, or build car technology. But at the end of the day, what is the purpose of my life? So that's where I come in. I said, most of the time, if you look at spirituality, it's about finding meaning in life. What you did, I saw you when you came on, you said, let's find the meaning of spirituality. I will go to Wikipedia. Then you didn't go to Wikipedia. You end up went for etymology dictionary. You play that because when you went to Wikipedia, you saw meaning. Then you changed.
Bring it out, Sekou.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
I didn't say nothing about going on Wikipedia.
I know he played a game on you guys. You didn't see it. So
I did not say nothing about going on
Wikipedia. I did.
You did. If you go back, you'll see it. He said, let's go to Wikipedia right now. Then he ended up going to etymology. Now, etymology dictionary, when he went to etymology as well, he started picking 18th century, the Middle English meaning of spirit. Instead of going to modern meaning, what spirituality is, did you quote any modern date? Because etymology, the word gay, go to etymology and find the word gay. It means happy, it means something else. But in our culture today, when you use the word gay, we know it means something else. Like the word nice. In Old English, the word nice means to be foolish. Go to your same etymology.
Right.
To be nice, it means to be foolish. But does that mean to be foolish today?
No.
No. So you got to look at the cultural application of words. And you need to also know, another thing I want to educate you on, Enqi, African didn't speak English. We are using English words here to explain things that don't even exist. There's no word spirituality, even in African languages. We use the word wisdom tradition. That's why I told you there, is mostly about wisdom. It's trying to find meaning in life. You cannot demonstrate it practically in terms of the way science is demonstrated, but it is also important because we find meaning in life. So go back to your etymology and show all the more.
Okay, now hold on.
Your Wikipedia. Originally, you said you were going to Wikipedia.
No, I didn't say that. Hold on.
You said that.
Relax for a second. I didn't say that. Now listen. What is the purpose of science? Hold on. What is the purpose of science?
No, that's not what we are discussing.
Hold on.
No.
I'm determining what we're discussing. That's number one. Number two, I just asked you a straightforward question. What is the purpose of science?
Let's finish the first one we are discussing. You are jumping.
Listen, ho. Stop trying to run from the question. You know why you're running from the question. What is the purpose of science, brother?
Go back to Wikipedia and show.
What is the purpose of science?
We are discussing spirituality. Can you go back to Wikipedia?
What's wrong with you? Listen, your quote in that video was about separating science.
One discussion at a time, Dr.
Wait. Listen, Sal, relax for a second. Sekou got to get this work. He want to deal with the big boys. He got to get this work. Listen, your comments about spirituality being about finding meaning in life and the purpose of life was in context of you saying, of you talking about separating science from spirituality.
Let's deal with that.
So when I asked you the specific question, after you made your commentary, what is the purpose of science?
It's a game.
It's a game. Why are you scared to answer the question, brother?
What you pulled up in your etymology?
Why are you not answering the question? If you don't want to answer the question, listen. If you don't want to answer the question, just say you don't want to answer the question, you tapping out. It's all right.
We're playing game.
Do you want to answer the question, yes or no?
I want to answer the question, but
okay, so answer the question.
Game. The game you are playing is that the etymology. No, I'm dealing with the etymology you pull out. You did it disingenuously. Can you go back? Originally, you said, if you deny here tonight on the panel that you did not say I'm going to Wikipedia, I will replay it tomorrow for people to see it.
Well, replay it tomorrow for people to see it.
Then what will happen if I do that?
Replay it tomorrow for people to see it, brother.
Okay.
Replay it tomorrow for people to see it.
Then you apologize.
And I will apologize. Absolutely.
Okay.
Sekou. Don't wait. Don't do it tomorrow. Do it on Sunday when you come for your second part for the captain.
I will do that.
Okay. Now answer the question. What's the purpose of science?
No, that is not the purpose of this question. That was not the purpose.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is nasty work right there.
No,
that is nasty work right there. That's wow. All right, well, Sekou. Listen, you have a great evening, brother. You came up. I'm assuming you came up to speak for yourself.
You want to debate me?
Oh yeah.
Let's book it.
Enqi got you on his schedule right after Jabari.
Okay, what do you want to debate me on, Enqi?
We can debate. We can debate. Hold on. We can debate. We can make it a 2-part debate, right? Because you was talking about evolution with Enqi. Enqi is now your teacher.
There you go, evolution.
Enqi is now your teacher, right? So since Enqi is your teacher, right? You've been saying what you've been learning from Enqi and all this and all that, which is crazy. That's nasty work in and of itself. That Enqi is your teacher. So Enqi is your teacher. We can have a debate portion that's centered around evolution, and then the other portion of the debate can be about science and spirituality, like you said on that video.
What did I say in the video?
You scared to answer the question I just asked you about.
What did I say in the video?
So we're gonna leave it alone, and we could just set it up for a debate.
We are in a way to debate. What did I say in the video that you want to
for a debate topic, brother? You scared. People have watched you up here buck dancing and avoid answering the question. So listen.
We are looking for a debate topic. What did I say in the video that you want to debate in the science and spirituality?
That our ancestors was not practicing science.
I said that?
With their spirituality. And
I never said that.
And you made claims that you cannot have science and spirituality mixed together.
Okay. Now this is the contest. You have to now.
If I have something wrong, correct me. If I have something wrong, correct me.
You have it wrong.
Okay,
I said very clearly, I said that our ancestors did practice science and they did practice spirituality. I said that very clearly in the video. I said, my understanding today, I think we need, when you are doing science, you need to separate it from spirituality. I said, that's my position today.
Okay, so we could debate that.
Yeah. So I'm saying that the application of science, the formulas, the theories, and what have you, it's quite different from the application of spirituality. We deal mostly with meaning. It's more closer to psychology than what we call practical science.
Boom! Right there. Right there. You don't say nothing else. You are not allowed to speak another word on this show, brother. That is it right there. That's the debate.
Enqi, you should be writing it right now. Write it down so it don't get changed.
No, it ain't gonna get changes on video, brother. What you mean? Okay. Write it down so it don't get changed. We got it right there. That's what he said. We rolling with that.
Okay.
All right, just to make sure you understand, what are you rolling with, Enqi? What he just said?
I don't even know.
I'm going against what he just said.
And what is that? What is it?
He just said. Sekou, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you say it, Enqi.
He said that we should not mix science with modern math. We shouldn't mix modern science with our spirituality, the formulas, etc.
Right.
So we are going to go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sekou, what you said, Mr.
Application.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. What's Tom Hanks? What's the guy that was always running? What's his name? What's his name?
I don't even know what Enqi wants to debate. Believe me.
I know, just like you ain't know what that question I asked you.
Like you did with the etymology.
What is the purpose of science? What is the purpose of science? That's a very simple, basic, over the plate question.
Answer him, Sekou. Hit him in the head with it, man. Come on.
No, he can't do that, sir. That's ether. He know why he not answering that question. I know why he not answering.
So, sa.neter, when you define what science is. The purpose is when you talk about something purpose, is its application. Science is just the study of nature, how nature works, and understanding its law. When you say what its purpose is, you can use science for war, you can use it for good, you can use it for bad. There is no particular purpose. You can ask what is science. You can say what is the purpose of science. The purpose can be used. Anybody can use science for anything. But the question, even the premise of the question is very elementary. What is the purpose of this? That somebody asks you, what's the purpose of technology? I can use technology for anything. You see? So you can ask me.
Absolutely incorrect. Then that's an asinine statement to make, because technology, first of all, has an overall purpose within the context of human life, which is the purpose of creating and investing time and money into developing technology. And then outside of the specific applications that science and technology is developed for, science then has nuanced uses that you can apply things to. And then because of the technical prowess and the innovative spirit of humans, we can take something and use it for something else. We can repurpose a thing. So saying that because we can repurpose a thing, that it has no specific purpose in its intention or in its design, tells me that you, sir, are up here playing mind games with the people. And the things that you're saying, like when you said there's no such thing as African science.
No.
You said that. That's on the record. You said there's no such thing as African science.
Yeah,
there's no such thing as African, such thing as European science. There's no such thing as Black science. There's no such thing as Hebrew science. Science is just science, brother.
Enqi, you want to take that debate? There is no African science.
Listen, we already got a debate set on spirituality and science.
Oh, you want to add African science as well?
We're gonna do Darwin.
Science is just science, though, Enqi. Don't fall into that, man.
Hold on.
There's no color to it. There's no race.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let's be very clear. I'm not arguing evolution with you or that.
Right, hold on.
That's not
Just hit the share screen real quick. Just hit the share screen real quick, Sal. You know how we do the share screen thing, right? You know how we do the share screen thing, right? So I type in Google African science into the Google, and you know what it says? African science is a broad term that encompasses both ancient innovations and modern research, including indigenous knowledge systems and advancements in various fields like medicine, mathematics, astronomy, and metallurgy. In modern times, African scientists are making significant contributions to the areas of genomics, climate change, research, and health, with ongoing initiatives to strengthen scientific institutions in collaboration across the continent. Listen to what I'm saying here, Sekou. This is what I'm saying, brother. You gotta relax when you dealing with the big boys. Now, if you over there, listen, hold your horses there, sir. You gotta relax now.
Did you understand what you read?
Oh my goodness.
Are those things you mentioned unique to Africa?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
No, those medicine that
have you ever heard of the saying called moving the goalposts? Have you ever heard of that? Just yes or no. Yes or no. Have you ever heard of moving the goalposts? I'm asking you a question, brother. Yes or no. Have you ever heard of the saying called moving the goalposts?
Like man, just talking sake.
Have you ever heard the saying moving the goalposts?
Apostle, don't get apostle started.
Hold on, side. Hold on. Sekou, have you ever heard the saying moving the goalposts? Yes or no?
You can start asking me those type
I'm asking you a specific question, an easy one. Have you ever heard the saying moving the goalposts? Yes or no?
There is no African sign. What you just read there is an answer to your question.
Yes or no? Have you ever heard of moving the goalposts? Hold on, Apostle. Hold on.
What you read?
Hold on. Listen. Right now, this is neighborhood rules apply. Right now, me and Sekou is doing what's called shooting a fair one right now.
Yeah.
Right now, me and Sekou.
I got a science question. I want to see which one of y'all can answer it.
Wait, hold on for that. Sekou, have you ever heard the saying called moving the goalposts?
Enqi, your question is irrelevant, really.
Oh, my questions are irrelevant. That's very
interesting. The discussion.
I'm just asking you a question. Have you ever heard it? Have you heard it?
You are wasting time. Just talk so that I can talk.
No.
Was I able to?
I'm not wasting time. It's my show. And you tuned in for it. You came onto the panel for this, Sekou. So
you just want to keep yelling.
Hold on. No. I don't. I want to ask you questions, and then I want you to answer them the same way when you ask me questions. Hold on. When you ask me questions, I answer.
Hold on, and say nothing.
Come on. And who can answer the question?
You keep doing hold on, and saying nothing. I want to speak.
Well, you got to answer the question first, brother. Before
I don't want to answer the question. Can you just move on?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you just went in and pulled out. You type in the word African sign, and it start telling you indigenous knowledge. Start talking about medicine. Is medicine unique to Africa? It start telling you about mathematics. Is mathematics unique to Africa? Everything you mentioned there is universal. Medicine is universal. There is no such thing as a unique African science. If you have anything, any PhD dissertation, any peer review to review that there is a unique scientific formula unique to Africa, please bring it forward. It does not exist. What you did there is that you picked the word African sign. What the definition the Google just gave you is sign that has been what Africans are doing on the continent. It is not a sign that is unique to Africa.
Hold on. You made a blanket statement and said there's no such thing as African science.
No.
Yes, you did. What you mean? No, you did. It's on video.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying there is no African science.
Right. And so
we have to first define
science. Hold on. Stop for a second. Stop for a second. Sekou, take a breath. Listen, spirituality, take a breath. I want you to breathe. Breathe spiritual for a minute. Listen.
You are misrepresenting my
point. No. Listen. You made the statement, brother. Relax.
Can I finish?
You see, now you can't control yourself because you made a statement that you can't defend. Listen.
Let me just finish.
You made the statement that there's no such thing as African science.
No.
You did not specify. Hold on. You did not add any.
Dr. Enqi, let him finish.
Let me finish. Hold on. This is an inquisition.
Enqi doesn't like any productive discussion. Really.
Listen, Sekou, stop all this running. The people see me being a little belligerent, yes, but they also see you running from these questions.
If you ask the people right now,
hold on.
Sekou, I will win the poll.
Sekou, are you going to answer these questions? I need you to relax, champ. You
question?
Didn't make any specific. I'm going to get to it if you stop talking.
I wish both of y'all would answer my question.
You did not make any specificity. Like what you're trying to do now, is backtrack and in hindsight
add specifics to your statement. But when you made the statement, all you said was, there's no such thing as African science.
No.
Now that I go on Google and I type in African science, and
So
we see
let him
that there
explain.
is, hold on. Stop trying to rescue him. Now that we go on Google and we see that there is a such thing as African science.
That's a lie. It didn't
Hold on, sir. See, look at you. You so froggy. Now you want to go in reverse.
No, I'm not reversing.
Now you want to go, ho. You see, now look who's interrupting. You got to relax over there, Sekou. Now you want to go in hindsight and you want to add specificity and say, wait a minute, is there a specific formula that you can show in a collegiate?
No.
Show me a source that shows there's an original formula for Africa science and blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Now you're asking, hold on. Now you're asking me for something that was outside of your original statement. This is called moving the goalposts. You're changing it from your original statement, which is there's no such thing as African science, to specifics to validate your claim now that you see how ridiculous it is. And now, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sekou.
So, Enqi, this is not a high school discussion. In HOK, we discuss things that are, university level, PhD level. We don't discuss high school discussion here. So honestly, when people talk and then we make comments that don't make sense, it bothers me a lot. When I say there is no African science, as an educated person, what do? Fred? You define science. After you define science, then now you take that definition and now apply it to see if Africa has something that is unique in that definition that nowhere else you can find it. Because when it is African, that means it is unique. We shouldn't find it in Asia.
Sekou.
We shouldn't find it in Europe. We shouldn't find it in Australia. If you say it's African science, anything you're going to bring up, if I find it in Asia, you are dead. If I find it in Europe, you are dead. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. All right, we got to move on.
No, we don't got to move on. Si, this is the title of this video. You got to relax. We right here for a second.
The conversation, man. I just got a question for both of y'all.
Wait a minute. Listen, hold on, Apostle. We gotta do something right here.
This is a science question. I want to see which one can answer it.
Okay, but I gotta finish this thing with.
You done finished, Enqi. You want to come on, brother? I'm with
you. Let Apostle go, man. Go ahead, Apostle.
I live in Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Last night, I saw the Northern Lights.
Oh, shit.
How is that possible?
Oh, shit.
As far south as Tennessee, I saw the Northern Lights that normally you can only see up in Alaska, Washington State, Maine. Why was I able to see them?
Hey, Nepal, calling Nepal. Nepal, you there?
That's astronomy, Apostle.
Nepal, you there?
I want to know why I was able to see the Northern Lights.
Nobody could tell you why you was able to see it. That's on you, brother.
Everybody here.
Where's the video, Apostle?
There was a shift in the atmosphere.
Let me share my screen.
That would be my guess.
Let me share my screen. The answer is right here. Here comes the answer.
Peace, man. I'm leaving.
Peace.
Y'all see it? You see my screen?
Yes, we see it, brother.
Okay, what it says.
Read it, man.
You were able to see the Northern Lights in Tennessee last night because of a severe geomatic storm caused by a large explosion of particles from the sun. What's up at the sun right now? What's behind the sun that will cause something like this to happen? Oh, they call it 3-eye atlas. Pushed in a roar much further south than it usually rains. The storm strength made the lights visible in a state like Tennessee and even as far as south as Florida. Never, ever been. before, but it happened last night.
Did you take a picture of it?
My wife got a picture of it on her phone.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
Okay, now hold on. Wait. I got to get back to this.
No, Sekou gone, brother. Come on, hold up, Enqi.
Sekou ran off?
Yeah, he's gone. I want.
Nah, this is no way. Yo, this is crazy. Hold on, no, sir. No, sir. You did not just allow Sekou to run up off out of here. Listen, put the screen back. No. Put the screen back on me at least.
Hold on, Enqi. Come on, man. Hold on, brother. I would like for Apostle to read the scripture, man, and tell us what it means.
What are you doing, brother?
Go ahead, Apostle. Read the scripture.
Well, half of it's blocked, but I can read it.
It's not blocked.
Well, yeah, the comments is blocking half of it on my TV.
No, it's not. No, it's not, brother.
It is. I wouldn't be saying that.
I'm gonna let you.
It's not, but on my TV where I can.
I'm gonna get out of here and let y'all do y'all thing.
All right, read it. On the computer is small, but I know for it is written, "As I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me." That's not the King James, but it is. It says King James, but it's not. And every tongue shall confess to God.
What that mean?
Simple as that. What it's saying.
What? Tell me.
A time is going to come where every knee that ever lived, every person that ever lived on earth will bow before God and bend their knees and confess with their mouths that the Most High is God.
To make him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council.
See, this is why I believe Yahweh, because the Most High put a spirit on him to make him tell the truth about the Bible. You're dead. You're dead, Apostle. Now you can't talk to me, Apostle. Apostle. I'm talking. You can't talk to me now about Jesus. That's out of the window. Let's listen.
They lost that council meeting, and it went to those who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in what they thought.
So now it's the church fathers that wrote in what they thought about Jesus, not Paul, not none of them, not none of the apostles and none of them, but it was the church fathers that wrote it in. We don't even know if that's Jesus that we listening to now or that we reading. So says your man right here. Let's continue.
So what we're reading is only their commentary.
It's only their commentary. Whose commentary? The forefathers, the church fathers, not Jesus. See, we've been lied to for so long that the Most High say, you know what? I'm going to put a spirit on this nigga. He's going to confess, as y'all can see right here. As y'all can see right here in the book. It says, for it is written, lived.
If you don't take this damn thing down off the screen and stop this madness.
Stop, man. Every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. Let's continue.
In the New Testament, if you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
What? Y'all really don't even know what the actual words of Christ was, Apostle. So Judah Naz is right. Judah Naz is right. And that's why he don't believe in Christ. See? And that's why y'all mad at him. Because he don't believe that Christ was a real figure. Now Yahweh and the Most High put that spirit on him to confess. Right? That's deep right there. Let's get another scripture.
All right, wait. Before another scripture, can I close out at least?
All right, last one, Enqi, and I'm gonna let you close out. This ain't gonna be long. Give me a couple of minutes, Dr. Enqi.
Listen, it's too far away from Sekou.
I love the Bible, man. I love this shit. Last one, Dr. Enqi. I promise. Last one. Apostle, read, brother. I like you to read it because I want you to get it in your head. Let's go.
Want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, because Apostle is ashamed now.
God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have eternal
All right,
life.
that's the wrong one. Damn, man, that's the wrong one. I gave you the wrong one.
All right.
Gave you the wrong one.
Put the next one up. I got you.
But anyway, it's all mixed up. I got to look for it. I thought I put the right one.
I think Pastor agree with that.
Good. That's good. See, the spirit of the Most High blocked that slide right there. Now let me get. now let me get on to
before you close out. I'm back to the little green man. Are we gonna get a source on that?
No. Go ahead, close out, Enqi.
All right, go ahead.
No, because I'm.
I wanted to ask him a question too.
No questions. Close out, Enqi.
I'm definitely in trouble on Tuesday for this. So listen. The reason why, all right, I was badgering Sekou the way I was badgering Sekou, right? The reason why, first of all, let me explain a few things in this closing. Science, the purpose of science is to find meaning in life. He understood what I was asking him, which is the reason why he ran away from the question. And then he tried to make like a powerful closing for himself at the end and say that we need to define science before we could define what African science is. But I asked him to define science for us, or the purpose of science, 25 times, and he refused to answer the question. Now, if we're going to look at the question of the purpose of science and the whole scientific method, right? Starting with an observation. What are we observing? What are we observing? What are observations? Observations are clearly things happening in our environment, to us and around us. So that's why I'm saying he understood the reason why he was avoiding the question. Number two, he also, like everybody else, knows why we have a such thing as a copyright and why we have trademark. So to say that if there's a science that's in Africa or from Africa, and it's also somewhere else, that means that it's not African. That right there is a ploy to the lowest level of intellect of the people watching the channel. We know that there's a such thing as copyrights and trademarks because who creates a thing is very important. It's called intellectual property. So what I'm saying is he's playing word games because he made statements that he cannot back up. And that's why I'm saying, to him and the people he represents, because clearly he's learning these Dunning-Kruger things from Enqi, right? He needs to be able to stand on these things, and we need to be able to flesh this out about mixing, like he said, modern science, right, and formulas with spirituality, and not being able to do that. Also, Africans not having any science. That is crazy and blasphemous. And you need to have some clips to say cool with that side, because this is the HOK. You coming up here saying Africans didn't invent no science is wild.
He didn't say that.
Oh my goodness, what you talking about?
Thank you.
He did answer your question though. He did say he gave you the meaning.
Thank you, Suntan. Ain't nobody said Africans didn't create no
He absolutely said that. We got the video. What you saying?
He did not say that.
Give me a two. What is it, Gil? With your cheerleading self. What you got?
When you asked him what the meaning of science, you asked him what the purpose of science was. He did answer your question. He said the purpose of science. Let me tell you, he said the purpose of science is to understand nature. That's what he said. He said
after he avoided the question. Hold on. After he avoided the question.
But you said he didn't answer it. He did answer it.
He did
not
not
say he didn't. You can't say he didn't and then say he did after he
hold on. He deflected and he did not give a truthful answer to the question.
That is a truthful answer.
Your opinion.
You said
it's not.
You said, hold on. You said the purpose. Hold on.
No science. Then
hold on, real quick. You said the purpose of science is to understand life. Life and nature is synonymous. They go together.
No, it's not.
Right.
Nature is a part of life, but nature does not.
Okay, sure.
Nature with the earth.
Sure.
It doesn't deal with other sciences.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Listen, wait, Apostle. This is the reason why we have to use definitions of words again, so that people like sa.neter can make up his own definitions as he goes along. Nature has a definition. Nature is the root of physics. Nature comes from netures. You need to go back to reading again and studying again. You have to become students. You cannot be a teacher without being a student. You cannot be a scholar without reading and writing again. Stop having the internet audio read you books and clips and things out of context, and then coming up here to HOK and try to misrepresent Africa or our ancestors with that foolishness.
Time to set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe till the fight's lost. You ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. sa.neter TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the crew, that's your last peep. Oh, I need me your love, yeah, that's just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave when the sun sets. And they don't really wanna bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, nigga smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we see we outside with it. Pull up to debates like we might be with it on God. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live bars. This the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G. sa.neter TV, this the toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in.
Hold on, one more thing. Listen, tell the people that you was up last night at 2 o'clock in the morning listening to Jesus music with me on my page. I need to come and tap in and listen to some music over on my page. Listen.
Yeah, I think he had it popping over there last night. I tuned in. I seen he was live, but when I clicked on, I didn't know he was playing that stuff. I just
Stop it. What you talking about? After I told you we was listening to Jesus music, you stayed and kept listening to the music, Si.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow we got Dr. Enqi and Jabari will face off in their first face-off match. We're going to see where this leads us to. And Monday, we got Ron Dalton. Ron Dalton will be in the building going at all of the major players that's running their camp. And like I said, I don't know why he put Captain Tazoriak up there, because Captain is not the leader of ISUPK, is the commanding general, Johanna. And so he got GOCC leader, he got IUIC leader, and then he got Captain up there. But Captain is not the leader. He should have had the general. But I guess he feel that.
How come he didn't put GMS up there?
Yeah, that's true. He could have. He should have. Yeah.
Or even Zabak.
Yeah. So this Saturday, YouTube channel House of Consciousness.
Shout out to Zabak, House of Israel, HOI.
Yeah. Who and where are the real Canaanites? Nepal, who do he say is the Canaanites? I forgot.
He says the Canaanites are not the Africans. I know that. He says the Africans are Israelites. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
South Africans.
That's true. That's what he teach.
Yeah, kind of similar to my sister Naftali says something. Even though she's against Ron, she thinks the Canaanites are not that they're not African. She thinks they're Caucasians.
Right. And right after that, we have
what do you mean right after that? You mean
right after that on Monday, we have Jabari in a sit down with Brother Tahuti. Professor Jabari and Tahuti sit down to discuss possible debate. So they're going to sit down and have a possible, it's going to come out of this is a debate between Jabari and
So let me hit the share screen real quick so I can answer this.
So real quick, get your tickets. Is on the 28th. Get your tickets for the fight to see Dr. Enqi going up against Jabari. He's putting his title on the line. And what you say? Hold up.
Hit the share screen so I could answer.
Before you share it, I want to say
last one, y'all. Last one.
Oh, wow.
And then we got Dr. Enqi. Dr. Enqi going up against Jabari. And then we got Nepal Shada. Is this still on Nepal?
Yeah, he recovered. He licked his wounds.
Okay, talk about this, Nepal. Talk about it real quick.
Who is there? Deuteronomy 21 and 22. Do they support or no, not support? Do they make concession for or mitigate for grape? All right, let's share these lips that I see this brother. What's this?
They asking me what they take let them see the video, son.
Let me take this down.
Yeah, so they asking me what type of Jesus music was I playing? Was I playing the whinings?
Resonance ringing, a bell in the void, mechanical wave, where the cosmos deployed, standing waves stacked like decks on a ship.
What the hell?
Christ walked water, I'm surfing the drip. Electromagnetic, I'm charged and alive, biology coded, I quantumly thrive. Subatomic scheming, no particles to claim. Waveform warriors rewriting the game.
It's a vibe, this is it. This is hot, it's a hit on the top. This get lit, this a vibe, this is it. This is hot, it's a hit on the top. It get lit, it's the Beatles, it's the
run on waves, no brakes on the tide. Gravity flexing, I bend and I glide. Quantum beach vibes, sun-kissed physics. I'm strolling hard, but the code's all gimmicks. Planck scale flex, I'm too small to catch. Higgs field flowing, I'm weaving the patch. Surfboard of photons, I'm shredding the scene. Reality stitched from dimensions unseen. I ride the crest where the math gets deep. I stay trolling, but the currents don't sleep.
It's a takeoff, and this is hot, it's a hit on the top. This get lit, this a vibe, this is it. This is hot, it's a hit on the top. It get lit, it's the Beatles with the shit.
That's not they're not talking about Jesus.
I know. So at the beginning, they just mentioned Jesus at the beginning. So Nepal, back to you.
Yes,
so you saying Yara decided to come on out.
He's not, he's still gonna do it. For a minute we were worried about him.
He's
still ready.
Or have he healed and started licking his wounds from the last fight that we had earlier?
Yeah, he's that old lion. He's not that young lion. He's that old lion.
Yeah, he's an old lion now, where it takes a little longer to heal.
Oh my God. Shout out to Yara. He's doing something else. He's probably gonna hear.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I got Brother Gideon. I forgot. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I got Brother Gideon is gonna be going. Did he text me the title? Let me go look this up. See if Brother Gideon texts me the title. I forgot to make a flyer, but I will make one real quick. Yeah, Brother Gideon is coming out to play. He ain't afraid. He ain't hiding.
The Princess and the Fraud.
Okay, I don't see Brother Gideon never text me the title. And I see people don't follow his order instructions very well. So we got Brother Gideon is coming to spray his mark, to put down his, I'm gonna say spray his mark. You know how the lions walk past the tree.
I know what you're saying. That's why I said stop. Really,
and he sprays the tree. So other hyenas or no other predators.
Hyena. You just called Gideon a hyena.
No, I didn't say Gideon is a hyena.
You said other hyenas.
Right. So other animals like hyenas come by in his territory. So he's coming through to spread, his scent, letting people know.
Enough of that.
Letting people know that Brother Gideon was here.
Look at Gideon.
Be careful how you walk up in the HOK. That's
look
all
what
Gideon
he said.
did.
He said you misquoting Black Sage.
What do you mean I'm misquoting him? How? Everybody heard what he said, brother.
No, he's not out of context. I was on that panel, Gideon.
Yeah, he was talking to Nepal.
He was saying exactly that. He was like, because we were talking about Mark 1, and he was going in about how it's fraudulent.
Right. So what is that talking about?
Anyway, who's Gideon gonna go up against?
Well, Gideon's just coming through to do a presentation. What's the topic again, Brother Gideon? Can you write that in the title?
You know, he's a part of the war machine with Yara. That's their.
Can you write that? Can you write the topic, my brother Gideon?
That's their general. Oh, you know what, son, child? That's what my daughter says too, and she's a musician. She doesn't like AI music. She says it's inorganic, and she can always tell. It's catchy though. It's pretty catchy, but yeah. So Gideon. Play it again for Gideon one more time. I gotta get a good laugh. Going back and play Yara saying that.
We only know that Paul 7, they needed to make him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council. They lost that council meeting, and it went to those.
Yes, he said according to Bart Ehrman. But he's believing in Bart Ehrman. What are you talking about? Gideon? He's quoting Bart Ehrman because he believes what Bart Ehrman said.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
He
Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought him up. Oh, he would have said, yeah, Bart Ehrman.
Who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in.
Pause it, please. Gideon, do you believe that the church fathers wrote Mark 1? I'm not saying there was insertions or mistranslations or new information. Do you believe they wrote Mark 1? I want to find out from him. Let us know, because that's what your brother says. Go ahead, start.
Hey, yo, my man. Yo, nah, Reverend. You don't need to apologize, brother. You ain't do nothing wrong. This is the HOK, toughest environment, brother.
You were respectful.
You ain't do nothing wrong. You was respectful. You did the right thing. You did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did good.
And I don't
what do you think about Yara letting us know that Jesus, that Christ is not really in the Bible? Those are not the words of Christ. That y'all really don't know Christ. According to Yara, let's listen.
What they thought. So what we're reading is only their commentary.
See?
In the New.
See, way before he got to Bart Ehrman, he's telling us what he thinks.
Yeah.
See that, Brother Gideon? He's telling us what he feels and what he believes in before he even quote Bart Ehrman. Yeah. Now let's continue. He's using Bart Ehrman as a source to back him up now. Yeah. Now let's go. Listen.
Testament. If you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
See? Damn. He used Bar Ehrman as a quote to back him up in what he's saying.
He said no.
Come on, Gideon, man. There's something wrong with y'all Israelites, bro. Something got to be missing, man, in them schools.
Here's the link, Gideon.
Something wrong with y'all, bro.
Let me drop the link for him because I need to hear him explain to you. I won't say anything.
I don't want to. No, I got to go.
Okay. Well,
the game is coming on right now.
What?
Now, if you want to stay in here and go back.
I just want to hear him, and then I'll close it out right after if you don't want to hold on.
All right, yeah, you got it, Nepal.
Because you might get another sound bite. You might get a
yeah, you're right. You're right. Remember, the key is, like I always tell you, let them talk.
That's why I let him talk. I let Yara talk. I was like,
Brother Gideon, hit the damn link.
Come on in here and get some of this cheese on this mouse trap.
Right. Come on.
Keep playing this brother talking about we don't even. Jesus is literally called the Word of God. So if we don't believe in his words, what do we have?
Right.
They needed to make him a part of this Godhead, right? And so we know that the actual Israelites, the true Israelites, were kicked out of that council. They lost that council meeting, and it went to those who were not Israelites, quote unquote, these church fathers. They began to write in what they thought. So what we're reading is only their commentary in the New Testament. If you study Bar Ehrman tells you we don't even know what the actual words of Christ was.
He think he's cooking too.
Damn, man. This is damage control right here.
No, this is
For them. I got to use this on Captain Tazariak now.
Here's Gideon. Gideon,
Brother
turn
Gideon,
on.
if that's you, let me see you, brother. Let me see you.
Okay, that's him.
All right, that's you, Brother Gideon.
Let me be quiet and let him go ahead and get in this pot of soup with Yara.
Turn on your camera so when we're ready to make a clip, we can have your face up there.
Shalom, shalom. What's going on, man?
All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm just coming on because the Apostle said she wanted to ask me something, but I just want to give all praises to the Most High in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. What's going on, sister?
I know that's right. Say that again in the name of who?
In the name of Yeshua.
Hamashiach.
Yes, ma'am.
Your brother says that we don't even know if those are his true words in the gospel.
Well, from what I heard Side playing, it sounded like he was speaking of the councils. And whenever he said council, and if you're talking about the New Testament and the writings after that, whenever you hear council, they're talking about the councils of Nicaea, Council of Trent, Council of Laodicea. So it's just different councils. And by that time, the Gospels were written. So they had questions of whether what they should put in there, because some books were not in there. Even some chapters of books were taken out. But as far as them adding something and inserting something, nah, I haven't found that to be the case.
So this is why I always tell people, be careful what you say, Gideon, because now you done dug another hole. So you're saying that they had a council, which I agree with you, and they decided what to put in, which God words I'm going to use and which God words I'm going to take out, and you still accept this nonsense? You yourself just said that they had a council to see which word that they're going to use for God and which word they're going to take out from God. That means they are taking stuff away from the people, hiding God's word. Now, if they got the power to do that, I told you God is not in his book, brother.
I got to ask you.
Nothing to do with God. I want to hear what you got to say about that, brother.
I know, but Gideon, before you respond to that, you can definitely, but for the record, do you also believe that Mark 1 is false and that it's a lie, like Yara says?
No, I don't.
Thank
I don't.
you. Okay, brother, go ahead.
Yeah, but I didn't say none of that what you just said. You said so this is what I'm saying.
You did say that. You said that the councils got together to see which books they're going to take out and which books they're going to add in. You said that.
Right. Books and words are different. Even though
so even
it's a real thorough study you got to do.
Even if they take out a whole goddamn book of God, it's damage control. Because now they controlling God's word. But I thought God was all powerful and all knowing. So you telling me that God allowed them to manipulate his people who they said they love? Because, brother, you got a lot of explaining to do. Go ahead, brother Gideon.
No, because Seaside, that's what I say. You got to have a rigid methodology when you're doing something. So, for instance, the story of Bel and the Dragon, the Europeans, they took that out of the book of Daniel. But when you go to the Ethiopian text, you see that it's in there. And that's what I mean. Hold on, stop letting me finish. That's why you're not understanding it, because you don't take it all in. So that's an example of an instance where they took a section out of the book in a council. Where they take words out is where you see things like where you get mistaken all the time, where you think that Elijah's son bears to kill children. That word isn't children. The European, they just came out the caves. So they really don't know Eastern thought and Eastern literature. They're translating it word for word to the best that they can. And like I said, they was taking baths like once a year. So they really didn't have an astute understanding of scholarship. So they would take that word and put kid instead of young men in there. So that's what I mean by they took words out and they've taken books out. So don't take it and run with it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna run with it.
No, I know you is.
I caught the football and I'm running for the touchdown. So here's the thing.
Going the wrong way. Turn around.
You just said that they taking books out. Were the books that they taken out the word of God? Yahweh? Was those the words of God that they took out?
Of course.
Dude, do you know what you're saying?
Sir, but you don't understand. They still have not. They still have not hidden that. The two examples I'm talking about. Let's say, for instance, with the children, if you take your time and go to the interlinear of that and look at that word and search it out, you would see the European. They was lying. I don't want to say they was lying, but they was incorrect when they translated it. Something you can find out in the interlinear. Just as
Nepal,
like
Nepal, you there?
Yes.
All right, take over, man. You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna let him say what he needs. I don't disagree with you so much with that. I don't even think that people need to know what happened with the Council of Nicaea. As far as like you look at today, right? When they do all these ecumenical movements and they want everybody to be able to get along. I think it's something similar to that, like being able to put in what they thought should be canon and keep out what they felt wasn't canon, but it still was accessible. Like you said, it wasn't hidden. Not really.
Right. Like even today, we can go, and I keep going back to the Ethiopian text because that's something we can compare and contrast what we have and see if it's true or not. And it matches up. Like I said, there are some books that are taken out, but the books that are in there matches with what the Ethiopian texts have. So people, man, they tend to be real juvenile and real like they have no sense just because they hate the Most High. If you hate the Most High, that's fine, but still have some sense about yourself.
With that said, everybody, you can go do your research. I personally don't subscribe to the Book of Jasher, but the Book of Enoch and parts of the Apocrypha, which I think Apocrypha does mean hidden, but it's not hidden. It's available. Some of those books are very on point, and some aren't. You got to do your research, right, Gideon? You gotta study to show yourself approved. Correct?
Yeah, definitely. Like the Book of Jubilees, we find that with the Ethiopian text, but we come to find out the Book of Jasher is a Middle Age invention. So.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now I got to drop that bomb for you. Just exactly. Yeah. Now, y'all out there who are hurt off that didn't come from me this time. You heard that from Brother Gideon. But anyway, I'll let you have the last word, and then I'm going to close the show down. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Go ahead, Gideon.
No, I just want to say once again, all praises to the Most High in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Most High willing, tomorrow around this time, I'll be doing a presentation. It's about the Israelite presence in West Africa. So, if y'all definitely be around, check that out. And with that, I say thank you, Sa. Thank you,
Nepal. What time again? What time is it?
7, like 6, 7-ish.
Okay, Eastern Standard Time, right?
That would be Eastern, yeah.
All right, brother. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all tune in tomorrow to see Gideon's presentation. All right, you have a good day. You have a good evening. Shalom to everybody. Peace.
Shalom, all praise.